What's an Oneric shard? Is that for gems? Oh, wait. Oh, it's a freaking... Someone got me like a space Welkin. Oh, thank you so much. Whoever did that, thank you so much. There's no need to ever give me anything, 100%. But thank you. Thank you so much. That means the absolute world. Yeah. Jesus. Okay, like I was literally just booted up the game there, saw that. But yeah, 100%. You never have to give it anything. Please make yourself known as well that you did give something so I can thank you. But yeah, thank you so much. There's never any need to do that. Never at all. Never at all, but I appreciate it so much. 110%. Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Ormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. I expected to start the video here, but of course you probably just saw like me just booting up the game and getting like a gift of like basically a space Welkin. At least that's what I call it, it's a space Welkin. I don't know like what the actual like name for it is. I just know that like I've heard someone call it a space Welkin before. So there's optional search for help and send to news outside. Now I'm wondering, will it give us an indication of what the optional stuff is? I'm guessing it's anything but the dock. Right? I'm guessing the dock is the main focus of this. And then, oh, this is a really cool angle, by the way. I love the way the jacket hangs down with the sleeves, too. It's like a really nice style, actually. Do you think he can put his hands in the sleeves as well if he wants to, if it gets too cold? That's actually, like, really practical. It's not only practical, but if, like, on days you need a breezier look, you know? Look at him. Look at the serve. Look at him standing like this. Look at this. Look at this. One leg on the stairs, tilting side to side, smile on his face. He is a walking serve. So I guess like yeah, that's the main part of it. Yeah, I like the jacket. I do like the jacket. Let's go talk to this person first, I guess. The Stargazer pilot is just an ordinary, hardworking individual who ferries people from place to place, if every day. Understand if you thoughtlessly ask him for aid, you will reap severe repercussions regardless of the outcome of success or failure. Remember, be mindful of your words and actions. So are they saying that if we get him involved, that he could be implicated?
Would you like to board my star skiff?
You keenly notice the foxy passenger near the star skiff pilot is looking you up and down. Oh god. How many passengers can you accommodate?
Well, my little star skiff can't accommodate that many. But I have a larger one that will arrive in less than 15 minutes if you need it. So, where would you like to go?
He's just a nice dude. He's just clearly just a nice dude.
We need to hurry wherever we're going. The war dance is about to start, and the Skyfaring Commission is prioritizing star skiffs heading to the Sky Splitter.
Can we keep this quiet? I have the Cloud Knights close the port. I want to get to the outside the JDA. Can you take me there? Can we keep this quiet? But is this gonna implicate this dude in this situation? You know what I mean? I want to get outside the J gate. Can you tell me have the Cloud Knights close the ports? Should we ask this question? Because I'm worried, like, if we, like, is this, I'm so nervous about getting this guy in trouble, because can we keep this quiet with this guy right in front of us? It sounds really dangerous. Right? It sounds so dangerous. I have no idea. Because I think this is, like, a basic question, right? Have the Cloud Knights close the port? Because that would be a question that you could ask anybody, right? I think so, anyway. Can we keep this quiet? I don't know, like, again, I don't know if it's, like, literally, like, they're trying to test us to see if this is something, because if you know what I mean? Because if, like, if I say, like, can we keep this quiet to this dude, right? If I say, hey, keep this on the down low, there's a chance that the Foxian guy over here is one of Hoolay's Borisons. And then he goes, okay, so you're trying to implicate this guy and get this guy involved. Right? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to implicate him in this. This is so nerve-wracking. I might just ask this question because I'm
close the ports.
Oh, would that implicate him? Okay. You can still talk to him again. So, what I think this is then because I was very nervous about this, because I don't want anything to happen to this guy. Because this dude is watching us as we're doing this, they want you to be a bit paranoid. And I think that, like, I think that what they want you to do as a player is to make a decision based on the surroundings that you have and the situation you're in, should you ask this person for help. If we said, can we keep this quiet, I imagine that's us, like, directly asking for help from this guy, right? They're not hiding away from that whatsoever. Okay, so let's try and talk to some other people then as well to see, like, if we can, I guess maybe ask them for help as well. So was this the guy who was watching us? Possibly. And that's kind of scary. That's another very, like, sad thing as well, like, from the perspective of a Foxian like Jiaoqiu, like, having to, like, worry about if the other Foxians around this place are actually Borisans, you know? Oh, this is the guy, yeah, I definitely don't want anything to happen to him. He's helped us before, right? The Realm King Commission orderly is not accustomed to handling emergencies like this one. Understand, if you thoughtlessly ask him for aid, you will reap severe repercussions regards the outcome of success or failure. Be mindful of your origin and actions. What the hell, man? Like, they're really driving that home, right? They're really driving it home. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
But the Realm Keeping Commission Chancery is currently closed. All the officers and officials have been reassigned to assist in the war dance.
You can sense someone staring at you not from far away. Yeah, that's the thing. I think they're trying to... I don't know if I want to ask anyone for help at this stage then. You know?
Hey, although we're short-staffed at the moment, if there's anything I can do to help, please feel free to ask me.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm worried when they say severe consequences. I understand this is an optional mission that might be fun to do, but it's terrifying me. Like, and this is why they're really, like, doing a good job of making, like, Hoolay terrifying. They're doing a fantastic job of making this whole situation really terrifying. Because we know what they're capable of. We saw what they did in that prison. And we know that, like, they have, like, a hold over... Like, yeah, there's nothing that will stop them whatsoever from following this guy home and just destroying him. There's nothing to stop them from getting from right over there as soon as he gets on his star skiff to destroying everyone in that star skiff. There's nothing to stop them. They're absolutely brutal creatures. How do we get up here? Is there a way to get up here without hitting this point here? Is there a way? What's the map? How do you get there from the map? It seems you have to walk past here to get to here, I guess? Am I wrong? Let's try and walk to the side like this. Nothing... Oh, because we just have to see the harbor. Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, that's all we have to see. Okay. The Cloud Knight soldier on duty is alone without reinforcements. Understand, if you thoughtlessly ask for aid, you will reap... Stop! What are they doing to me? Regardless of the outcome of success or failure, remember, be mindful of your words and actions.
Hey there. I noticed you'd been looking at me for quite a while. Do you need my help?
Oh, look, he's looking at us over there. Look at that. You can sense someone staring at you from not from far away. No, oh my god, I can't.
Understood. Please come to me if you need any help.
Oh, but it's... I don't know how Honkai does things, but is this gonna, like... If we don't ask for help from somebody, does that mean Jiaoqiu is gonna be in trouble? Does that mean he's gonna be, like, hurt? But if we do ask for help from somebody, does that mean they're gonna be hurt? This is... Can I say, first of all, masterfully done in terms of making me absolutely terrified. Masterfully done. But also, like I'm worried about Jiaoqiu as well. You know what I mean? I'm worried that something might happen to him then. Because something already has happened to him, by the way. It's a disgusting, horrific situation he's in already. Because, again, like, that's just a ferryman. That's just a, And you know what they're putting into perspective here as well, which I think is really well done in the writing, too? These are people who are helpful any other day of the week. You know what I mean? A Cloud Knight. Go up to him, ask for help. She seemed like a sweet person. The ferryman seems so kind. The Realm King Commission guy, always been, like, very helpful for us, right? But under these circumstances, those helpful people every day cannot help us always in these situations. Right? I think you guys would agree with that too. Like, it's like, it changes, like, the usual, helpfulness of these, like, amazing people in the Xian show. Which again, I want to make clear, not everyone is amazing in the Xian show, right? Not everyone's amazing, right? There's some people who are very awful to Dan Heng, right? But I'm saying, like, you know, these individuals who are just trying to get by, you know, now it's like, you know, not gonna work out for. It might not work out for them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because I think that there's okay. Like, I think about it story-wise and logically wise. Logically wise. Oh, let's ask you for help. Honestly, actually would be. I know they're not. We can't talk to them, but that would be like a. You know, I know they're not technically not. You know, we don't know them, so we can't ask her for help. But like, this would have been like a very good option. You know, she would have helped. Logically wise, I know that like there's a better chance of Jiaoqiu surviving than those guys. Also, logically wise, Borisons would rip them apart and have no problem doing that. We know that they have no. They're not going to be like, it's just a cloud night. Why should we do this? They'll take joy in it, right? And also, I do think you know we're playing as like a named character. Let's hope and pray that nothing too bad happens to our Jiaoqiu here. Yeah, I'm not going to ask them for help. I can't.
Stop asking. I'm off duty now. Go bother someone else.
You sniff a familiar scent on the Foxy pilot? May I ask why? What if the warhead wants to leave?
You're not one of us, but I smell a familiar scent on
So we smell each other, okay?
The warhead sent me here to check on the situation.
Yeah. Have the Cloud Knights closed the ports?
No, not at all. Instead, the Skyfaring Commission is clearing routes to prioritize star skiffs heading to the Sky Splitter. This will make our ships more noticeable when we try to escape.
Interesting. Okay, so they're literally like making the routes, you know, clear as day, so you can see them leaving.
The ports haven't been closed? What is going on?
Did Jiaoqiu,
Stalling won't help. It's time to confront Hoolay and see what tricks he's up to.
Right, 100%. Do you think that, like, again, I'm probably pronouncing the name wrong again, Jiaoqiu? But do you think that he expected there to be martial law? Do you think he expected that everyone to be into a panic? As you probably would, but obviously they went for a different method, which is clearing the the roads, basically, so that you can see anyone leaving and coming and going. And oh, this is really pretty, isn't it? The trees. I never even, like, stop to take a look at this sometimes, like the leaves falling. Holy hell, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Super pretty stuff, yeah. Yeah, no, and then they also are going to, like, keep going with the event as planned, with the war dance as planned, so it as not to alert them or to keep them, I guess, on their toes as well, because they were worried that, like, you know, they wanted them to do martial law. They wanted them to do this stuff. They wanted people to panic. Jiaoqiu.
You were closely watching me, weren't you? And if I sought help from anyone, your people would kill
There we go. Yeah.
Was that your plan, Hoolay?
That was masterfully done. Like, that's how you do, like, paranoia and fear.
Oh, exactly as you said. So, have the Cloud Knights closed the ports?
They have not?
No.
It's interesting as well for Jiaoqiu to have, like, his voice be, you know, change a little bit, right? Because, of course, like, you would be. This is a terrifying situation. Usually, as we've known him so far, he's been, as you said, very open and mischievous and all this stuff, too. But obviously, this is a different type of situation than we're used to seeing any character in.
They don't want to publicize my escape. I understand. It's no surprise, for fear is more deadly than claws and fangs.
Wow.
Especially during a festive time like the war dance.
Yeah, I mean, panic. I totally get them trying to avoid panic, honestly. I do get that as well.
What lurks here is not a group of fugitives, but rather a pack of wolves amidst the flock. My cubs are hungry, ready to feast on flesh and blood, reveling in your fear.
And the thing is, like, really, like, he's just a very, like, horrible, you know, creature, human. Honestly. But what he's saying here is, like, legitimately, like, his subordinates do revel in fear and do want to feast on flesh and blood.
Your calm facade will soon crumble. I can tear through it and expose your pathetic bones any time. There's no escape from me, Jiaoqiu.
The threats, man, the threats.
Of course. You can try your luck and believe that your wits will save you. But remember, you're not the only hostage in
Jesus.
the city. If you try anything funny, innocent people will die.
Oh no, because like that's the thing is like it might be easier for Jiaoqiu to put his own life on the line in order to save himself and get the news out there, but like he's clearly not the type of character that's going to put other people in danger either.
Now, let's talk about the Foxian general you serve. Moktok says she's here for me, which means she'll be hunting me herself.
Yeah, I hope she gets you. I hope she absolutely destroys you. I hope she like stomps on you.
Before the hunt begins, I need to know my opponent. You can refuse and play tough, or you can cooperate and save us both some time, healer.
Show weakness, making him believe you're surrendered. Refuse, letting him know you won't talk. What is the best option here then? Like, are we I didn't think this was going to be another kind of like type of mini game, I guess. Like because again, if like choices do matter, and I think like in some cases they do matter sometimes in this stuff too as well. I don't know. Show weakness, making him believe you surrendered. Like, he said our cunning isn't going to help us. Refuse, letting him know you won't talk. Will this hurt the... I'm worried about the hostages. This whole man stretches his finger, touches your shoulder blade. When a movement is fast and visible, is as the daggers cut away a piece of flesh and the pain. What? So we could tell that we were like lying? That is so freaking brutal what they're doing with Joshua. This is horrible. Like, actually one of the most disgusting situations a character has been in. It's so horrific to be with like captors who just like hate your entire race. Like, it's just horrible to see him like this in general.
Good. At least you didn't try to draw attention with a scream. That way no one will die in
This
vain.
is so like it makes my skin crawl. Like telling him that like, you know, even like if you like basically saying to him that even if you try to like exert a scream or a feeling of pain through a vocal, you know, through your vocal cords, which what happens usually when you get hurt, you know, someone's gonna die because they come and try and help you. Like, how horrible would that be to hear? If someone comes to try to help you, they will die as well. And Jiaoqiu, like here, has to endure this pain because he knows that other people are in danger, not just him. Even more, it's other people because he can actually defend himself in some way, you know?
Fine. I'll tell you what you want to know about her. But I expect something in return.
But is he going to lie? Because that's what I expected. I expect him to lie about the stuff that about her. He disgusts me.
What makes you think you're still in a position to negotiate with me?
Oh, dude, Jiaoqiu, please just be safe.
You can torture me until I talk. Or let's save us both some time. Warhead.
Do you hear his voice as well? Jiaoqiu's voice? It's like so pained and strained. It's like trying to contain, again, the pain. Again, try not to show it too much in his voice. Again, just because he knows that if someone comes over and goes, what's happening over here? Are you okay? They're going to destroy that person. And like, that's not, you know, like the way they described it here, look. It cuts away a piece of flesh and the pain pierces down to the bone. Like, that is insane. That is, and we know they have a disregard for all Foxians. They hate them, and again, like it's all this stuff is a torture. It's knowing that if he does anything like to try and get help, it's gonna kill somebody else. He knows that if he if he screams, it's gonna kill somebody else. He has to endure this pain from these freaking people that hate his race of people, as they torture him.
Here's the question that's been bothering me. How have you managed to survive
His voice.
and endure centuries of torture? Borison aren't supposed to live that long. Or possess such regenerative abilities.
Like, it's such an interesting question, but like, I'm sorry if like I'm so sidetracked just by like every time he opens his mouth and talks like through this like pain, through this gritted teeth, it makes you so sad.
So, is that why the Shenzhou Yaoqing wanted to take me away? Oh, to some, I'm a hostage, but to others, I hold the secrets they desire.
Yeah, 100%. This is what Genuine was saying, that like some people did want to like you know probably do experiments on him or test it to see what his secret is.
I still remember, in the early years of my captivity, the Foxians came and went. They extracted my blood and marrow, trying to unravel the mystery of moon rage. They wanted to conquer their fear of the Borison and free themselves from their bloodline.
So we kind of like, this is what Genuine was saying, the idea of protecting the Foxians from this future of going down the road of good intentions that leads to something much worse, like, you know, as I saw with the immortality stuff.
Unfortunately, they failed to uncover the secret. So, they resorted to the most brutal punishments they could imagine.
Just torture, right? Just torture.
Some seek power to destroy their enemies, while others seek power to become their enemies. Which one are you, Jiaoqiu?
Interesting question, but here's the thing. I want to make it clear here. What Hoolay and the Borisons was doing to the Foxians was one of the most brutal and disgusting things you could ever do to like and it was towards a race of a different race. Like, it was literally a hatred for a race of like Foxians. Like, the stuff that we even heard just on the basic level, just like the 3 lines that we read about what he did in the past as well, and the other stuff he would do as well. Like, I'm not going to say that, like, I'm, like, going to be, like, the person who's going to stand up and be like, let's torture this Morrison, you know what I mean? But I think it's one of those situations that, like, I'm not going to look at the Foxians and, like, look down on them for the pain and the hurt and the disgusted feelings and the generational trauma that this has created within their people. This is something that would affect you forever. It's a brutal thing that Hoolay did. To the, you know, it's irredeemable. It's an irredeemable thing. And I think even someone mentioned in the comments, like, it's so interesting to have, like, villains sometimes. I think it's needed sometimes in media. Like, sometimes villains are just awful. Sometimes villains are just bad. There's not really a redeemable aspect.
I see. You're the most pitiful of them all, healer of the Yaoqing. You seek power to share it with others and do good.
Do you think that's why, like, he was so eager to give advice to, like, March, Yunli, and Yangxing? Because he, like, definitely just wanted to help people. So he sees them as pitiful because he wants to help other people, which tracks with Hoolay's personality.
Well, then let me tell you the answer you seek. In our ancient legends, Duran, the ancestor of the Borison, was dissatisfied with his limited lifespan and power. He yearned to dominate the skies and become the master of all the stars.
This is how, like, a lot of stories start, especially in Honkai. It's a dissatisfaction with life, right?
To achieve his
Beautiful
goal,
scene.
he sacrificed the lives of countless Borison
Evil.
and Foxians, pouring them into the spring bestowed by the Master of Immortality. Through a form of genetic sorcery, the water gave birth to a miracle. The lunar embryo.
The lunar embryo. So this is after, like, was this the start of, like, the actual experiment? Now, I know there's probably other experiments as well with Foxians, but this is definitely, like, one of the main things throughout history, I'd say. No, because, like, it's also, like, what's crazy is that, like, he's saying that This is the history of, by the way, how bad this is. Ancient legends, Duran was doing this to Foxians, right? And Borison as well, but doing it to Foxians. Hoolay's torture and experimentation was also, like, well after that. If he's talking about an ancient legends, like, that means over 700 years ago and then some then as well, you know? How long were they torturing Foxians and sacrificing them? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. The lunar embryo.
Duran ascended the birthing bed.
Birthing bed?
And obtained what he desired. A heart in the shape of a deep red full moon.
What?
He cut open his chest and replaced his original heart with this crimson moon.
How? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I wonder if it is like a myth. Like it's like, you know, when legends are like recreated over time. But like that's like an insane description of, like, you know, the idea of cutting open your own chest and replacing it with a crimson moon. Just another Borison myth.
Laugh all you want, but only I know the truth behind every word.
So he's believing. He's saying, I know this is true.
This moon heart beats within the body of every generation of the Borison warhead.
Wait, and that's why he's...
In the ritual that decides the new warhead, the successor cuts open the previous warhead's chest and consumes the divine heart, thus possessing it as their own.
So is this what he's saying? This is how he was able to endure the 700 years in that prison, is because he cut open the previous warhead's chest and consumed his heart. So this is obviously a custom that they have in their culture as well. But like, it adds credence to this being real for the fact that he did survive those 700 years.
Devouring,
you know,
is the true essence of life.
No.
Allowing us to endure and thrive. It gathers the life essence of all the prey we consume, making us stronger and stronger.
And see, this is the thing. Yes, destroying things will get you more things, right? Because if you destroy an area and then you take it for your own, that's, you know, you can take it by force, which is awful. It's absolutely awful. But like, this is the only people who say this are the people that like want more than just to live. You don't. The essence of life is not just like, I'm going to destroy things. The essence of getting more than other people is destroying things. It's a greed. That's what it is. It's not a like devouring things like this, and the way he's talking about it is not a way of just like living. That's not the essence of life to me. This is a essence of a greedy life. You know, the only way for like, because again, there's a difference between like survival and, you know, getting more than survival.
I thought all hope was lost after 7 centuries of torment. But now, this heart is beating once again. All right. Now it's your turn to tell me everything about the Merlin's
Hopefully Jiaoqiu will lie here as well. Yeah, so what we're getting at about this is, he's saying, at least from Hoolay's perspective, the original, was it Duran? He like he reached for the moon basically and got a crimson moon and replaced his heart with the crimson moon. He did countless like sacrifices of Foxians and Borison to get this, and now every time a new warhead takes the position of warhead, they also cut open the chest of the previous warhead and take their heart as well. And now for 700 years, he felt like it was fading, his heart, but now it's beating once again. Absolutely insane.
Jiaoqiu, I found you.
Oh my god, look! Oh, now we're switching back to Stell. Man, like, okay, like, two dual hours worth of war dance convenes, Stargazer, Navalia.
I'm in no position to
Wow.
question your orders, but if I understand correctly, you already have intelligence about the Borison?
Yeah, so what we just saw there was, Moze, found Jiaoqiu, right? And it's what's so crazy about that is that, like, you know, like, he was very, like, you know, casual about everything. Not casual about everything, but he was kind of like, you know, he's very serious, but also very, like, you know, no, I don't want to say laid back, but I think he just gives the vibe of someone's laid back. But he obviously is very clearly good at his job. Like, he found him this quickly. you know? And I think there's also like a friendship between them that clearly is there, right? They're probably working together all the time. They're working under Feixiao. There's a trust that Feixiao probably has in them as well. Like, I have no doubt that like he's going to be able to do something now, or at least he's going to get information back to everybody about what's happening to Jiaoqiu. Really, really interesting stuff. Really scary stuff when it comes to Hoolay. The way they're presenting Hoolay is one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. Not just in like the stories that he tells or the way he acts, but the way they presented that whole area with like asking people for help and not wanting people to die. They sent you into paranoia so quickly. Really well done stuff. Really terrifying stuff. And then seeing poor Feixiao as well, like, you know, tortured, like horrible. Like, it's all well written, but it just makes your skin crawl.
That's right. My people are busy collecting clues now. What's the situation,
Moza. Like mozzarella. Moza. That's what people were saying. Say it like mozzarella, they said. Moza.
General, before we completely lost contact with Jiaoqiu, I picked up a signal from his Jade Abacus. It won't take long before we locate their whereabouts.
Jiaoqiu Moza. Some people might be like, how does he like keep getting the names wrong when he just hears them? The thing is, like, you know, when you're doing commentary and like, you know, you're seeing a lot of things, there's a lot of stuff going on in your mind, you're playing a game at the same time too. Like, you know, I think it's just like things get jumbled up sometimes. That's all. Yeah.
If that's the case, shouldn't we immediately go there and join forces to eliminate the Borison? Why are we returning to Stargazer Navalia?
And this is once again Yangxing's kind of mentality sometimes of like, let's go, let's do this, you know?
Looks like your general has only taught you swordplay, not the art of the hunt.
Oh, wow.
There's an old saying among the Borison. In the forest, the hunter may easily become the hunted. While we may call ourselves the hunters now, chasing them blindly will only make us become the prey.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be such a good message for Yangxing as well. Like with the breakfast thing, right? Like eating your breakfast, having like, you know, being patient. I think the breakfast is obviously like a lesson in patience. Now he's like yeah, if you, like there's a chance if you're hunting something down, but you do it frantically and you do it in a very like you know, in a way that isn't prepared. Like then by the time you actually get to your prey, you know, especially when the prey is like a freaking Borison, like Hoolay, there's a chance that they could like turn it around at us, but we have the advantage of numbers, right? I don't know if that matters too much because again we don't know exactly where they are. I'll ask this question anyway. Actually, this is probably a more interesting question. How can Hoolay hunt us down? But yeah, I do like the way Feixiao is teaching Yangxing some more lessons here. It's really cool.
Are you joking, General? He's just a wolf who's been in prison for 7 centuries. Even with his accomplices, they're no match for us numerous lawful Cloud Knights. How could he consider us his prey?
The only reason I'm against this is because he was in front of like 3 named characters that have like experience in fighting. One of them being Shui, who got absolutely destroyed, like absolutely like manhandled and thrown to the wall. Cloud Knights are great, right, in certain situations. But I don't know.
Do not underestimate the enemy. Hoolay is not an ordinary Borison that can be easily killed. The advantage in numbers means nothing when we face that monster.
No, I can see what she's saying here as well. Like, especially like I know for Yangxing, he hasn't faced Hoolay like face to face, and we haven't either technically, but we've seen what he's done, right? And it's horrifying.
A vicious beast who hasn't tasted blood and flesh in 7 centuries is now lurking on the streets of the Luofu right before the war dance. This is what makes the situation treacherous and unpredictable.
Yeah, big crowds coming in, not knowing which fox seed is a Borison. Like, we really are, I feel like, at a little bit of a disadvantage in some ways, 100%.
To him, the lives of ordinary people are just meat.
Yep.
Ready to be devoured at any moment.
You are 100% correct in this assessment.
Exactly. That is why we must succeed in our first strike, or the situation will spiral out of control.
Remember what Xinglu taught you as well, Yangxing? This is so amazing seeing all these lessons for Yangxing, and it's going to be like over and over in his mind too. Xinglu said, like, no, if you're going to swing your sword, you know, if you don't kill on the first hit, it might as well have not accounted at all, you know, then you failed. Like, and I love that there's like a similar message here from Feixiao as well, which is like we have to, and it's obviously a different kind of meaning, but like it's the same meaning at the same time too. It's like a different situation, but in this situation, it's kind of like, you know, call back on that. What Jinglu said as well, if you're gonna swing your sword, make sure it counts.
You've heard of this military tactic, right? When you surround your enemy, leave one side open for them to escape. A skilled hunter must be well prepared. waiting for the prey at the most advantageous position.
I genuinely adore what she's gonna do for Yangqing. You know what I mean? I genuinely adore it. Where does Boris want to go? Is Stargazer Navalia the most likely place for him to come to?
What would we do if we were the escapees from the shackling prison? While we can disguise ourselves and blend in with the crowd, we don't plan on staying here for long. In this case, what do we need most now?
A route of escape?
A star skiff to get us out of the
Oh,
Lafu.
literally. Okay.
When we discovered it's Stargazer Navalia, we're actually preparing a vessel for their escape.
Me being like, the spiritual, what do I need spiritually? The needs for escape. It's like, not spiritual, like the figurative like reason, I guess, as well, but like, no, literally they need a boat. Literally.
We predict their next move, and we take them
Love
down.
this. Love this. I love Yangqing getting to hang out with so many different, like, sword users, sword fighters, and generals. Like, it makes me so freaking happy.
Let's start from where you found those Borison and corner our prey.
It's great stuff. It's really great stuff. So we're back to using this team again. I haven't actually gotten to use this team yet, which is, just because we've been getting a lot of guest characters, which is cool. I like the guest characters. Man, Jiaoqiu is such a special place as well. I feel like what they've done with this whole arc of the Jiaoqiu, it feels like its own, like... I know they are main quests, like the continuance missions, but you know what I mean? It feels like an actual, like, main quest, the way they've done this. I'm actually, like, really, really impressed with what they've done. And here's the thing, by the way, I want to make clear, like, side quests are still good, too. Character, quests, companion quests are still great, too, and they have such great meat to them. But I think there's, like, obviously, like, going to be, like, a different energy to, like, a kind of a main quest, because I feel like they're longer. I feel like they have arcs. I feel like they have, like, these massive, like, build-ups and stuff like this too. While a companion quest has a beginning, middle, and end, and they're fantastic, it has a different energy. Of course it does. So I think that, they're definitely going for this, like, feeling like almost like a second Jiaoqiu arc, in my opinion. At least that's the way I feel about it. I might do one battle just to see,
Peach blossoms and
like, what can we do with this team now? So, for example, give support to Sushang, who we haven't used in a while.
Dodge this! Take this! Shed rise!
We love Sushang. I adore Sushang as a character design. She's one of my favorite character designs in the whole game. Yeah, obviously this is probably not the greatest place to practice on enemies. We will when we get to like a boss or whatever, but yeah. Okay.
And that's the power of the Cloud Knights.
But the reason I love Sushang, by the way, as I always say, looks like a PSP main, main character. You know what I mean? Like, if you could imagine her like being like on a PSP game cover, Someone said this in the comments once. I was like, that's so freaking true. That's so freaking true. She is like a PSP JRPG
this is where
protagonist.
We ran into the Borison last time. It looks the same as usual.
Because I blocked all the relevant news to make it seem as if nothing had happened.
Yeah, and as we talk to people, like, that guy didn't even know, the ports weren't even closed. No one knows what's happened. No one's panicking. Yangqing may be alerted, may have alerted the Borison? Will the Borison notice something?
Losing contact with their accomplices preparing the Star Skiff will surely put them on guard.
Okay.
However, the more well-prepared a plan is, the longer it takes to adjust when it's disrupted.
Makes sense.
If any Borison wants to stick to the original plan despite the risks, they'll surely come back to Stargazer Navalia to check the situation.
100. That's actually so wise, right? Like, it's like, it's the things you've been planning forever that like are hard to like, change because they have such a set pattern, right? But it's the stuff you plan on the fly that you can just change on the fly. If you're all planning to go to like a restaurant tomorrow and you're like, hey, or even now, hey, does everyone go to the pub? And you go to the pub and like it's closed down or like it's closed for the day and you're like, oh, let's just go to a different pub, right? But like if you planned a whole like day where you're like, okay, we're gonna go to this pub, then we're gonna go to this place, then we're gonna do this and do that. If like you get a cancellation in one moment, like on a hotel or a place you're staying or something like that in those planned days, forget about it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be panic.
Are you suggesting that there are Borison here at Stargazer Navalia right now?
I would say it's a possibility.
This is an automated area. So don't you think that there are a bit too many people here today?
Wow, Feixiao noticing the amount of people and how like busy it is.
First, look at those two Sky Commission staff members. They've been observing us in secret since we arrived here.
What? I get she even notices this stuff too. I love like how alert she is.
Then there's a Cloud Knight soldier over there. Perhaps he's here for patrol. but each patrol team must consist of 2 members.
Oh my
And
god.
obviously, he is not following the rules.
Feixiao's incredible. She's so incredible.
Lastly, there's that craftsman wearing Artisanship Commission clothing. He's unusually focused on checking that device.
Similar outfit to the guy that we saw before, right? That like that was a Borisan, as we were talking with Jiaoqiu.
If you have a target in mind, let's go investigate.
Wait, do we have to decide? Oh no, all of them. Okay, persons. Okay, great. Honestly, great, because I was like, I don't know. I probably would have picked the Cloud Knight, but like, yeah. Let's just intimidate them first. What do you think of that? Just letting you know what happens, you know? Just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Who are you? Don't you know that Stargazer Navalia is on lockdown now?
Hey, chill out. They're just a few lost tourists.
Stargazer Valley is on lockdown now?
But Stargazer Navalia is the shipbuilding port of the Xianzhou Lafu. If the Skyfaring Commission called for a lockdown, there should be official documents proving it, right?
Love that, Yangxing. He has that business mind as well, right? Well, I'm just saying, like, he's because the part of the story is that he's not perfect at that stuff yet. He's trying to get better, but he still deals with all that business stuff as well, you know, like documentations as well.
Official documents? Of course there are. The Cloud Knights are aware that some people have infiltrated this port.
Again, talking down to Yangxing as any member of, like, who's working in this crew, like, that's what makes me suspicious. Now, some people could just be rude, but, like, that's what got us suspicious the last time was people talking down to Yangxing, right? Remember, it was the first thing we're like, why would you be talking, like, of all people, you know?
That makes perfect sense. So you're now investigating the Borisan?
They could just be rude, but, like, that was the first thing that made suspicious was people being rude to Yangxing.
Yeah, we've received orders from the higher-ups, so we've blocked off this area to prevent any interference with our inspection. Thank you for your understanding.
I want to hear what Feixiao thinks about this as well. We cut them in half. Okay, so I guess they might not be, like, actually suspicious. I think it's just, like, one of those things where I think it's understandable, and you guys understand, too, when I'm saying this. I think the first thing that made us suspicious of those other Borisan guys who pretended to be Foxians was legit the fact that, like, to talk down to Yangxing is, like, such a, you know, a crazy thing because he's so well known to a lot of people in the Xianzhou, you know?
Hey, you there! Please refrain from wandering around Stargazer Navalia if you're not... Oh, it's you, Lieutenant.
This is what I'm talking about. This is, like, what I expect.
No, not at all. Actually, I'm here to address a peculiar issue.
We know they're not trying to cause a panic.
A peculiar issue.
Yeah, we've had some unscheduled star skiffs being constructed at this dock in Stargazer Navalia. Could there have been an error in the production planning for the assembly line?
So, he's openly saying this. Does this make him more suspicious or less suspicious? I'm so paranoid.
I thought all the pending star skiffs from before the war dance had been scheduled already. I'm sorry, but I need to focus on my work right now. If you have any questions, we can discuss them later.
Okay, so he's saying that there was, like, some unscheduled constructions of ships, which again is what, like, the Borisan need right now. So far we have, it's under lockdown, it's not under lockdown, and then, but we know as well they're keeping the pathways open, right? So I don't know. Yeah, let's talk to you now.
Lieutenant Yangxing and General Feixiao.
So he sounds genuinely, like, scared, though, right?
You're aware of the Borisan prison break, right?
Yeah, I've received the news, and I'll be on the alert.
Looks like you've been keeping an eye on the Sky Splitter. Have you noticed anything unusual?
No, everything is normal on the ship. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Question is location?
This is not a location for a Cloud Knight on guard duty, is it?
Well done, Stel.
Well, this spot offers a great view. Are you here to keep an eye on the Sky Splitter?
I wouldn't have given him an idea of, like, why it would be a good idea to be here.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I would have just said, like, why are you here, you know? Yangxing just giving him the answers. Ask about the Sky Splitter.
You've been observing the Sky Splitter for a while. Have you noticed anything?
Honestly, just watching the ship from here isn't too thrilling. I wish I could go on board and witness Lieutenant Yenqing's contests.
He's not doing the contest this time around.
Speaking of which, Lieutenant Yenqing, aren't you supposed to be on the Sky Splitter? Is it alright for you to be here instead?
Thank you for your concern, but I have more pressing matters to attend to.
Yeah, he has to do his work. Now that does track with the Zidan show. The Cloud Knights do respect the hell out of Yanqing and do want to see him sword fight. We know, for example, Su Xiang loves to watch him sword fight.
So, it seems that some Borisan have returned to Stargazer Navalia in disguise. The answer seems quite obvious.
I think it's the Skyfaring Commission members because of the way they talk to Yanqing, and of course they were the only ones who mentioned a lockdown.
That's my suspicion as well.
Remember when I mentioned that the Cloud Knights blocked all relevant news to make it seem as if nothing happened?
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah,
Stargazer Navalia is not under lockdown.
Because the other said they weren't under lockdown as well. Yeah, 100%.
But on the contrary, those staff members use Stargazer Navalia is on lockdown as an excuse to persuade us to leave. This contradicts the Cloud Knights' plans.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Their flimsy disguise has been exposed. Even if they try to hide, there's no way they can escape.
Yeah, and I love the way they did it because they did two things there that make perfect sense. Yes, they're lied about the lockdown being a place, which makes sense. And also, like, I know, like, maybe, like, it's, like, a lesser thing, but for me, like, I always take, like, the personalities into question as well. There's very few people in this world that would ever, like, talk down to Yanqing in the Xian show. You know what I mean? There's very few people. One of them's Yun Li. You know what I mean? The other one is Yun Li when she puts on a disguise, you know? There's very few people that talk down to Yanqing.
Why are you still here? As I said, Stargazer Navalia is on lockdown now.
That's what you say.
No, I never issued such an order.
This is literally Feixiao, and that's the thing, he didn't address them directly either.
Who are you?
Exactly, there we go. That's what I talk about. Like, how do you not know Yanqing and talk down to Yanqing, and you don't know Feixiao either?
Perhaps you haven't met me on
Come
the
on.
battlefield, but I am certain you've heard my name. Now, I'm asking you a question, so answer me. Tell me.
She's being so forceful here as well, which is needed. So like the authority is there.
How many more of your comrades are here? Where were you planning to meet Hoolay?
Oh my god, seeing Feixiao in action as well. Like, this is the problem with, like, and I think it's actually a good thing for us that, like, the Borisan disguises only go so far as, like, the actual disguises and, like, some basic information that might get them by. But when they're face-to-face with, like, stuff that they should know, it falls apart, right? And not every Borisan has seen what Feixiao or Yanqing looks like. And because they are two, probably, right now on the ship, I would say Feixiao, Yanqing, the other general, Yun Li, and probably Jin Yuan, and maybe the Trailblazers as well, are the most famous people on this whole Xian show. And if you do not know what they look like and you don't know who they are, then you are just, like, not in the right mind.
This woman, she's the general of the Yaoqing. What are you still waiting for? Attack her!
Well, attack. Okay, let's go. Yeah, actually really well done. Really well done again. It's logical as heck. Like, that's just the way to look at it. Very, very logical. In terms of how you would figure it out, yeah. And it's one of those things, like, of course I was, like, a little bit worried because it's like, you never know with Honkai, like, if they were like, oh, that's what you think, huh? Well, actually, I thought it was the, you know, the other guy because of this reason, you know?
Lend me your strength.
But yeah, I don't think they were, you know, trying to trick us with that stuff, you know what I mean?
You're not going anywhere.
Lovely stuff.
Take this.
So we're gonna go for middle point.
Rise, Venus.
We love Su Xiang. Are they just not disappearing? I guess.
Want to see what I can do?
I love the Su Xiang. That's one of my favorite things about Su Xiang in general. The fact that she just gets like 30 turns. I love her so much. Oh, that's why it's story-wise. Yeah, go on. Tell Lord Moktalk. Go on. Run. Tell Lord Moktalk. You guys can't do a disguise as soon as Yanqing or Feixiao shows up. The shaking of the head?
Why don't you kill me?
Man, she looks so freaking cool. Like, look at her with the jacket and the boots and the outfit. Like, she's so cool.
Because I need answers.
And it's so great to see her in action as well. Like we said, it's so cool. It's really just so cool. descend as Duran mentioned again as well. Man, that's why I just like do not like these Borisons. The fact that like they're even in this position, they're still like, you know, they have the gall to still feel like they're in a higher position. Like, look what happened here. You think you guys are better than the Foxians, my guys? Like, and legitimately, like, it took like 2 seconds for Feixiao to realize that you guys were just like not the real deal. Because when it comes down to it, you guys, I want to make clear, I don't think Borisons are dumb. I don't think they're dumb. It's just that like they're not perfect, and they're not these amazing like creatures that they think they are. They're not. Like, it took literally 2 seconds to figure out for Feixiao to figure this out. Yeah, you could argue like, hell, well, you didn't figure out first. Well, I think I did. Like, I was suspicious of those guys almost instantly because of the way they addressed the characters, right? 100%, and that came out to be a true thing. But I still think, you know, for me, it's only, I think of it as in a game mechanic perspective as well, where I'm like, am I wrong here? Could I be wrong here? You know? But yeah, like, I love how they show that they're like, you know, even in this position, even though they're shown to be not perfect, even though they're shown to be like, you know, on their knees looking up at a Foxy, and still they have the gall to be like, you are a slave.
You want me to talk? Fine. Try whatever you want. But I assure you, you won't get anything from me. Only fangs and blood.
Again, this defiant nature, right?
If I were to do that, I wouldn't be any different from you.
Wow, he's saying I don't want you to I don't want to become you by and again I totally understand that. He's just like I don't want to become you just by torturing you to get something out of you, I guess.
I am the arrow that pierces the wolf's heart. I grant you a swift death.
Wow, Feixiao.
That's exactly what I desire. Wolves that leave the pack are prepared for the fate of never returning.
Oh, so this idea that like he like legit like even if he went back to his other like Hoolay would have killed him, I'd say. Hoolay would have been like, no, you left the pack. You failed.
But sadly, you didn't catch my partner. He will alert them.
Feixiao looks calm about this. Well, will the other guy get killed too? Because he like technically he also did run away, right? He also did run.
Before you close your eyes.
Oh my god.
You should know that I allowed him to escape.
Oh my god.
Because he will lead the Cloud Knights to
oh my hideout. God, Feixiao. She's so freaking cool. She's so cool. She said, before you freaking die, buddy, know that you messed up and you're the reason we're gonna find Hoolay. She's so freaking sick. She's so freaking cool. Because here's the thing, right? If she tortured him right then and there after all the stuff they'd done, I would have been like, okay, like this is horrible. I don't want to look at it, but like, you know, like I'm not gonna like look down at her. But like instead, she did like an emotional torture on like a level that like is so perfect for what they did and what they're doing. Because they have such a pride in themselves. There's such this unnecessary, like, oh, we are better than Foxians. And for a Foxian to stare right in his face and say, you effed up, buddy, and you are the reason, along with your friend, that we're going to win this whole thing. We're going to find out where Hoolay is. That is, oh my freaking god, Feixiao. My heart is pounding.
Leave one side open? You let that Borison escape so you could track him?
Yeah, this is what she meant.
This is the most common hunting tactic used by Borison. I know the methods of these abominations all too well. They always leave an escape route for their prey, allowing them to flee.
She's amazing.
Fear. Then they chase them like it's a game. Borison get great satisfaction from the last struggles of their victims.
And that's horrible, right? And by the way, I know this is like, it's probably an animalistic tendency with them as well, but like the fact is like they also are intelligent creatures that are capable of thought, and they do choose to be horrible. Like, let's just be honest here. They choose to be horrible. You know, and I'm not saying like we're not going to encounter a Borison down the line who's like, I don't agree with this stuff. And that's probably the, you know, with any like stuff, I guess, is the way this thing goes as well. But like in this case, like, this is an animalistic tendency, and I think it is part of that animalistic tendency, which is like the idea of like, even like, you know, cats like they get satisfaction out of playing with a thing they're trying to hunt, right? They do. They get there's fun in that for them as well. There is. Like, I'm not just like say, but I think in this case, it's not just this like kind of like, you know, trying to compare to an animalistic quality. I think they're genuinely just trying to show that these guys are sadistic. They think about this, they know what they're doing, but they either like explain it away in their head, or they have come up with an idea of like, we are superior, we deserve this. This is something that we deserve to have. And that's why it makes it so freaking horrible here, because it's not just like this thing where it's like, you know, they are like technically like wolves, but they're thinking, they're capable of thought. Like, this is horrible. And I love the idea of Feixiao turning that around and using their own methods against them.
Have you witnessed these things firsthand? That guy called you a war slave.
Yes.
What exactly have you experienced?
Because we know for a fact that Feixiao was at one point said she got away from the pack, right? Isn't that what they said about her?
Well, just a hazy past that I can barely recollect. Long ago, I was one of them.
One of them. But you're Foxian, right?
Not all Foxians are lucky enough to be born on a Xianzhou ship.
Right, yeah, okay.
I grew up in one of the worlds where Boris and Rome, known as the Fallen Territories by the people of the Jiaoqiu. To the Wolf Masters, Foxians are nothing but property. Cannon fodder used to slow down the Xianzhou attacks on the battlefield.
And they mentioned this before as well, that they saw them as cannon fodder. Like, imagine being born into, like, it's bad of your rib. Imagine being born into slavery. You know what I mean? That's how you're born.
But you survived. And not only that, you became the general of the Yaoqing. If I get the chance, I'd love to hear stories of your past, General.
I'm actually very interested in this stuff as well. And I do love like his kind of like bright-eyed enthusiasm for learning more about like, you know, generals of the past and their past and learning from that stuff too.
Speaking of stories, you've reminded me that now is not the time for that.
Wow.
Wadza, we've sent the warning from Stargazer Navalia. What's the situation on your end?
Oh, he found him now, right?
I've found them. Jiaoqiu is trying to stall Hoolay, and he signaled me to not reveal myself.
Oh, so so Jiaoqiu also saw Maza there as well.
Trust his judgment and keep watching. We'll be right there.
Again, trusting in Jiaoqiu.
I believe the warning we sent will stop Hoolay from attacking Stargazer Navalia. What will he do next?
The hunt is not over yet. Stay safe, Jiaoqiu.
And again, I love that they show that she is like can be a ruthless general. She's a very intelligent and well thought out general. She has all these like tactical thoughts in her head about like letting them roam free, the idea of like interrupting their plans. But she also shows a care for the people under her as well. Man, this is an insane situation to me. One dual hour before the war dance convenes, exalting sanctum. You know.
Please save
what?
me.
What now?
I want to live. Doctor.
What's happening now?
Jiaoqiu, find a medical ingenium and give that kid a shot. Hurry!
So there's like a sick kid?
I see. How's the front line?
Oh my god. What are they about to show me here?
The Boris and Beast chips have already landed on the Fenghu. It won't be long before this place is overrun as well.
The terror in this Cloud Knight's voice as well.
What about General Jiaoqiu? Any news from her? I'm her healer. I should stay by her side at a time like this.
She asked me to tell you that she's not coming back.
Oh.
She must protect the Cloud Pier telescope.
So she's not planning on coming back at all.
General asks you to save that kid. The girl fought desperately just to bring us all back here alive.
Wait, who is this kid?
I've never seen such a brutal fighting style. Her body, it's like she was split open. Just like...
Her blood pressure is dropping. Do you hear me, Jiaoqiu?
Oh my god. So whoever this kid is fought to, as I said, bring... desperate to bring us all back here alive, yeah.
Loud and clear. Get me some tumble dust.
We've got to start the operation right now. I will bring her back.
This is like such an interesting look back into like, I guess like a terror, like, you know, like how he would be acting, I guess, on the battlefield, or I guess like, you know, what a battlefield healer's jobs would be as well, and the panic that this would ensue too.
Is that why you're so determined to learn my secrets? Do you hear me, Jiaoqiu?
Oh my god, we're back here again.
I do. Loud and clear.
So is he saying that he wanted, he's saying you want to know my secrets so you can maybe like, so no one will ever get hurt like that again, possibly? So you can easily cure these people, so no one will ever feel pain again on the battlefield? Like, well, I'm sure we'll see.
She saved you all in that great battle on the Xiangzhou Fenghu 3 decades ago. But to your surprise, you discovered her Borisan bloodline while she was at death's door.
Was he working on Feixiao?
Moktok told me that she was a war slave
oh my
who
god.
escaped from the Eclipse Pack. Oh, what a twist of fate. Turns out, she's from the same clan as I am.
So he was trying to save Feixiao at the time, right? Is this what it has to be Feixiao, right? It has to be, because he's desperately trying to cure her now. What illness she has, and I wonder if it is that rage as well. He's trying to cure as well. And this, she was a war slave who escaped from the Eclipse Pack. No, I didn't know she escaped from what pack she escaped from, but she escaped, and now, oh my god, and that's why he wants to like find this cure through Hoolay. I didn't realize there was going to be like that deep of connection from that long ago as well. Wow.
Now I understand. No wonder she displayed such astounding power, determination.
Jesus, man.
Cruelty in battle. Turns out it's all because of her Borisan bloodline. Mutt. Despicable
Oh, the anger in his voice as well. So she has Borisan bloodline inside of her as well then. Like, it's not just like a thing where like she was born around them. She has the bloodline in her too.
And she used the gift of her bloodline to destroy the Borisan.
Watch it, here's the thing, it might not be Feixiao, but like it just the way they're describing it, like, you know, they just had her talk about like escaping and being a slave at 1.2 and like being born around them as well. So it makes sense that they would be talking about this now as well. Jesus Christ, man.
Moon rage, a blessing for wolves, and a curse for foxes. For Borisan, to have their bodies torn apart by moon rage and transform into a beast, is the ultimate joy. But for you Foxians with poor regenerative abilities, it means certain death.
Wait, so if she succumbs to the moon rage at any point, it could mean that she's like, because she's not like a Borisan, like in body and in regenerative abilities, she could just die. Oh man.
With the burning fury in her heart.
Yeah, there's the pure confirmation.
Will eventually lose her sanity and indulge in endless bloodshed. The scars on her body will not be caused by enemy weapons, but by the immense power
Horrible
she
to think
can't
about.
withstand. One day, she will be torn apart and die as a monster.
And again, he's getting satisfaction from saying this too. So this is why they're so desperately trying to cure this. Is because of what will happen to the general. Jesus, man. So all that time, all that long, so she was like way younger in that image too, right? So I'm guessing that, well, you know, in fairness, like Jiaoqiu is he does live longer, right? He will live longer, so it makes sense that he would be even alive like that long ago as well. Or even like look similar than he did back then. Man, so all this time Feixiao is was a slave. She was someone with Borisan bloodline. She protected a bunch of people in the Foxians and aided their escape. And on the battlefield, the reason why she was so tough, like to at least to the Borisans, is because she had that like Borisan bloodline. Again, I don't buy into that fully. I think she's just like a great fighter as well. But again, there might be something to that as well that they see as well. But now she has that moon rage. But since she doesn't actually have the body of a Borisan, she will eventually die. And in Hulay's perspective, she's going to die as a monster.
And in return for saving her life, you intend to give everything to solve this impossible
Because on the battlefield, she got everyone back to safety. He has been indebted to her since... Oh my god, Jiaoqiu. That makes the whole thing back then with the conversation about like trying to like find a way to cure her even like more meaningful, right? That he's been thinking about this for a long time, and I feel like even she was trying to not downplay it, but kind of be like, don't worry about it too much, because it's clearly something that's on his mind all the time. Oh my god, man, this is like a really well written relationship between Jiaoqiu and Feixiao, and they don't even interact that much, but now we have like a way deeper understanding of like why he like wants to help her so much.
Hoolay. Do you know the saddest thing about being a healer?
Like, look at this image here, like him, like you can see this, like, I don't know, like almost like this is where like he dedicated to try and help her, you know?
All this time, I've devoted my life to bringing back those who sacrificed their lives to monsters like you. I exhausted myself, and my hands trembled. But I believed everything I did was meaningful.
Again, the pain in his voice as he's saying this too.
But once again, they rushed into battle. And then I heard of their deaths.
Oh, man.
They died under your claws. In your jaws. Amidst the flames of crashing star skiffs. And under the luck's arrow of rainbow.
This has tortured him. This has tortured him. He is a healer who obviously wanted to prevent death, to make sure people lived for as long as possible. But he learned on the battlefield that even as he healed people, they would just be sent out once again onto the battlefield to die after being healed. So he's feeling like it's like, it does have meaning. Even under the rainbow, they died. They died under the star skiffs. They died in your claws and in your jaws. The pain in his voice, the struggle that he feels in his heart, you can feel it in his voice here. But this is something that has tormented him.
Like a useless idiot, I saved a fish named Life out of the cauldron called Death.
Jesus, man.
Only to watch it struggle. Dive back into the boiling broth.
Like, it's almost like he's saying that, I literally would try to save people's lives, right? And then they would, like, it's almost, like, this is a great analogy he's saying here, too. It's like he saved these people's life, and to him, it's like, oh, God, I saved this person. Oh, my God, they're going to be okay. And then almost instantly, they're like, okay, let's get back out there. It's like, I saved someone's life, and I have to watch them go out and die, or hear about them dying again. Can you imagine, like, saving, like, someone's life, right? You save like a soldier's life, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I saved them. And in 2 weeks later, you hear, oh yeah, that guy Ron died on the battlefield. And you think to yourself, man, like, I don't prevent death, I prolong it. You know, I'm prolonging the idea of death, because the source of all these problems is still going to be there no matter what. Am I a healer who prevents death, or am I a healer who prolongs people's lives?
So I asked myself, why were they so eager to run toward their death after they had recovered from their wounds? Why wouldn't they value their hard-won life?
Hard-won as well.
All the doubts left me feeling lost.
And I think it's so amazing from the perspective of a healer as well to say this too, because, you know, a lot of people say hard-won victory, you know, survival, all this stuff too, but he said hard-won life.
I can
What an
smell
interesting
your
character.
desperation all the way down to your bone.
What a
marrow.
such an interesting character is Jiaoqiu. It's Jiaoqiu trying to understand, you know, why someone would work so hard to survive only to go back in and do the same thing that will lead to them losing the thing that they tried to earn to survive. Such an interesting perspective. Such an interesting way to put it. He's someone who is not suffering because, like, again, I guarantee you he probably is against, like, the idea of war and fighting like most people are, right? But he's coming after a very much more personal inward struggle perspective of why would they do this? Like, on an individual level, I saved you. I'm working to save you. You worked so hard to stay alive, but then you went out and died again. Why?
Eventually, I realized that their deaths held value.
Wow.
They placed the weight of their sacrifice on the living, granting us strength. With a coin forged by their deaths, they exchanged something more in return.
This is an incredible writing of a scene and a character. It's incredible. Showcasing this journey he's been on with understanding why they go out and fight. Why they keep fighting. From his perspective as a healer, you know? The doubts he had about this. But now understanding something from this as well.
Everything I'm doing now, following you so closely, is just for one reason.
Jiaoqiu.
Witnessing your death with my own two eyes.
Jiaoqiu. Oh my freaking god.
Even your death has value. It will pave the way for a peaceful war dance. And a fully cured Feixiao.
Jiaoqiu is one of the most interesting characters in this game. Jesus freaking Christ. Because I thought it was just going to be, like, he still feels this way. And again, and that's already interesting to have a character who sits there and go and, like, doesn't, and desperately is trying to understand the psychology behind why someone will go out and die, right? How is there value in death when I've worked so hard to keep you alive and you work so hard to stay alive? But it's not just that. They pave the way for, like, future generations. They fight so that people in the future can have a better survival. That's why their death has value. And here he's saying, even your death has value, because I'm going to get something out of it too. Like this line here, right? Even I'm doing now following so closely, it's witnessing your death with my own two eyes. Because he went from thinking, why in the hell would you throw everything away? This makes me feel so lost after all the stuff I've helped you with. And then adding such another layer to the character too, where now he has this like, almost like, I would say almost like a very like bitter feeling too, which is like, I will watch you die because your death has meaning too. I went from not understanding why people died at all to understanding that people sacrificed their lives to give us strength. And now when you die, it will literally pave the way for a peaceful war dance. If I see you die with my own two eyes, life will get better for people. So, like, it's such a, again, it is like a very, like, understandably bitter feeling that Jiaoqiu has. It's such an understandable feeling. But as a character, to go on this journey of, like, literally, the point start, why are people dying? I'm curing all these people. Oh my god, it feels so good to bring them back to life. Oh my god, they died again. Why would they do this? Why would you even do this? Oh, their sacrifice meant this, and they were trying to do it for future generations, and so that people can, like, in the future, get more strength from their deaths and not let them die in vain, right? It's like a coin forged by their deaths. It's like a monetary exchange. Here you go. This person died. Please don't waste this in the future. And then going to, oh, I went from thinking like all this is pointless to thinking death is actually meaningful to the point that not only does it grant us strength when we die, but when you die, it's going to give us a literal strength as well. Such an incredible character. Such an incredible character. And such a
The
great...
thoughts in your pathetic head are hardly surprising.
Such an interesting perspective. You say pathetic, Hoolay, but I think you're saying pathetic because he's saying right now in your face, when you die, it's going to be meaningful to me, and when we die, it's meaningful. And can I say as well, this is a thing that's been in poetry, in war, in about war stories about forever. I'm not saying I agree with it, by the way, but I'm coming from the perspective from an Irish perspective, right? When the people in the rebellion of 1916 were executed, right, were killed, and it made public news. Those people literally pushed forward Ireland getting peace forever. I know it's a horrible thing to say, where it's like, well, do you want these people to sacrifice their lives? It's a thing where like they expected to sacrifice their lives. And it's what actually got us our country back. And again, I'm not saying you guys know I'm like anti-violent, like war, all this stuff. So I'm so anti all this stuff, right? And anti, all this stuff too. But it is a literal truth that if those people didn't sacrifice themselves all the way back then, the narrative wouldn't have changed, because the narrative did change. It gave Irish people like this weird strength, and like they became martyrs. And again, I hope I'm not saying that like they deserved, like they needed to die. I hope it doesn't sound like that, because it's actually like a really horrific thing. They there was even someone when they executed them that couldn't even stand, so they had to sit them on a chair, right? Like it was really horrific stuff. But that the perspective changed on the Irish people forever in that moment there, where everyone, now the pressure went on to England to have to like negotiate. To have to negotiate with Ireland. The perspective changed. Yeah, sorry for getting sidetracked, but it's just such an interesting thing, like, because I think Honkai calls upon realistic stuff so much, and Jiaoqiu as a character, like, is so incredible to me. Like, just when the one scene and all this perspective, this revelations here, like, I went from being like, Jiaoqiu's a cool character, to being like, holy crap, one of the most interesting perspectives in this entire game.
Did you already know this?
Yes, I did. As Borison, we understand the value of death more than anyone.
So we understand. Oh God!
And as a healer who has witnessed so much death, you won't be swayed by fear.
He knows he can't get through from that way. He doesn't even have that as an advantage.
What a shame! What a shame! Your story actually sparked a trace of respect for you in my heart.
He's saying like, I know, like I'm gonna have to do other things because I can't get you with fear. Because as a healer, you understand the value of death.
Can you even feel respect with your corrupted
heart? Again, the bitterness and an understandable hatred towards Hoolay, right? You can hear it in his voice along with the pain.
Of course. Because I caught a whiff of my own kind in you. Unfortunately, in the end, you're still just a weak fox.
Again, trying to belittle me after all that.
As the wolf's creed goes, gift the wolf a dead end where new paths arise. Raise him to a doomed fate where satiation lies. The cowards in forgotten corners meet their unworthy demise. Yet the valorous in brutal battles embrace their eternal prize.
Gift the wolf a dead end where the new paths arise. Gift the wolf a dead end. So it's like if you give them a dead end, they will find a new way to go. Raise him in a doomed fate where satiation lies. So raise him to end up dead. But that's where he will be satiated. The cowards in forgotten corners meet their unworthy demise. So the ones who don't go towards these like doomed fates or these like dead ends will meet their demise. And yet the valorous and brutal in battles embrace their eternal prize. So he's saying that like, I know, at least from my perspective, what he's saying here is the ones who like try to avoid death are the ones that will never get any like eternal prize.
That's why I'm keeping you alive for now. I want to show you how Borison truly respect their enemies.
You can say the word respect, but if you don't show respect, it doesn't mean anything.
We will consume your flesh and blood, nourishing our own.
Jesus Christ.
We will crush your hopes and dreams, clearing a path for our hunt. Your feeble souls will witness a new future. A future that belongs to me.
He sees respect as literally you will be used for us. That's respect. You have an honor of being used for our future.
My lord, we received a message. Our arrangement at Stargazer
is what Feixiao wants.
Has been discovered. We must act quickly.
Feixiao wants this.
That doesn't surprise me.
See, also I think it's good to show Hoolay is also a few steps ahead of some certain things too, right? He's not just like some idiot.
Mock talk.
Oh.
What's that noise?
But he wasn't aware whatever this is. What is this?
It's the Sky Splitter. The ship that the war will be held on is about to set off. The Skyfaring Commission will clear the air routes. And if our star skiffs try to escape, we'll be spotted.
Yep.
Calm down, Moktok. Look at you now, hiding and fearful. Where is your Borisan dignity?
As I said, I'd sacrifice my dignity for your return. As long as you can come back to the Borisan Pax, there's still hope.
So he said this before, right? He did say this before.
Hope? The Borisan have forgotten the wolf's creed. Weak creatures put their hope in the strong, but the strong fight their way out.
It just seems like he has a problem with everything like this new wave of Borisans do. Like, he's just not as, like, you know, they're not as attuned to him.
Bringing me back instead of choosing a new master only proves the decline of our pack. And as for the prophet who manipulated you into saving me, she's just a liar trying to use Duran's offspring.
Again, once again, like, he's bitter about anyone, like, you know, being feeling like subservient to like this this person that helped him bring him back. He looks upon his new Borisan companions as kind of like, you suck. Like, you're nothing like I would have been. He sees again that decline in his Borisan pack.
Moktok, let me tell you how the Borisan will rise to power. We won't hide like rats in the streets of the Xiangzhou. We will be ravenous wolves, walking amongst a herd of lambs with our fangs bared.
Jesus, man. Once again, just being like, it's like this is his mentality.
But Great Warhead, our packs are not here. We can't go to war like this.
Our packs are not here. Wherever I go, everyone is the pack.
I wonder if Hoolay's demise is going to be the fact that he is like so aggressive. You know what I mean? He is so like, and it's terrifying that he is so aggressive. Look at the shot here. But I wonder if this is going to be his demise in the end. What the hell?
Don't come any closer.
What the hell? What the hell? What? Just biting into him like that. Oh no! Did he turn him into a freaking Borisan? Waza, he's right there.
Moktok, we're the apex predators at the top of the hierarchy.
Oh my god, what a scene. And did you see like Jiaoqiu was like had to flinch as he would? And it's really like well shot the way they showed that with just a shadow.
As wolves, we create fear. We don't become servants to it. If you're blind to the path, I will be the crimson moon that lights the way for you.
I cannot get over that scene.
Share my crimson blood with our brethren. Use it to infect those Foxians and strike fear into their hearts.
So it is literally about like turning Foxians into Borisan?
Now, you devious monkey.
Huh?
Come out and face me.
Wait, he knows he... Oh my freaking god!
Jiaoqiu.
The way he just showed up, oh, he looks so worried as well, doesn't he? But the way he just showed up, like he's like, okay, the jig is up. So even Hoolay knew about this too.
Melissa, run.
Oh my god, you can tell there's like such a care for each other.
No, he can't run, and neither can you. You've come at the right time, monkey of the Yaoqing.
What's this like?
Tell your general.
Like, what's this like terrible like way to speak to? I know, like it's not surprising.
Tell her that I will unleash a massacre here.
Jesus.
Xianzhou La Fu in blood. From this moment on, wolves bearing my blood will hunt on every street, feasting on the followers of that devilish archer.
And that's, of course, the Rainbow Arbiter. I'm getting... My heart is starting to pound as well, because, again, he is, like, more aware of, like, the plans that we thought he was, right? 110%. And he's literally, like, you know, once again, being absolutely horrible to Moza and saying, like, you send this message. You tell her this. He's so, like, abrasive and, like, forward with this stuff.
me my cubs. We shall stride among the prey.
Again, he doesn't want to be in secret anymore. He does not want to be in secret anymore.
The wolf a dead end. When new path
This is what he said earlier.
raise him to a doomed fate where satiation lies. The cowards in forgotten corners meet their unworthy demise. Yet the valorous in brutal battles embrace their eternal pride.
He's literally calling to action like a massacre. That's what he's doing right now. He is calling to action to have a massacre happen.
Do you hear that? The rumble of the cannons.
And he's excited.
It brings back all the memories of past battles within me. My return will bring back the wolf's creed. In my own way, I shall save our weakened pack and restore it to its former glory.
Yeah, this excites him. 100%. Like he is... Oh, we're switching to March. Honestly, I needed to switch to March after all that. I really did. And Yun Li.
The Sky Splitter's gun salute is really loud.
Yeah, they're definitely emphasizing how loud it is for sure.
This is what the war dance is actually like? I feel like my eardrums are going to burst.
The reason I need March, by the way, and I don't shy away from darker things at all, by the way, but that was that was a heart-pounding sequence of events. Whether it was the reveal of Feixiao and the stuff happening, that guy had a pretty terrible landing in there, or whether it be the the story of Jiaoqiu and his incredible path to where he's gotten today in his thought process. It's also like the ripping apart of this. It seems to be like what I perceive the perspective is like of a Foxian turning into a Borisan. That's what I saw it as. Maybe I'm wrong. And having Jiaoqiu have to watch this, him realizing Maze is there, like all this stuff that really like is equal parts like amazing, like in terms, not that stuff is amazing. I'm saying like the actual reveal of what happened with Feixiao and like that Jiaoqiu's stories like shows how much of an interesting character he is and how much of an interesting character Feixiao is. But they also showcase like how brutal, even more brutal than we thought. Well, we knew Hoolay was gonna be brutal, but like he's not waiting around doing like tactical, like it is tactical in a way, but he's not waiting around doing like hiding in the shadows. His modus operandi is I'm going to literally create a massacre. And he knows how much of how dangerous he is right now. The fact that he can have like both Jiaoqiu and Maze in the same room with him and do all these chants because he knows like what else is going to happen here. You're going to fight him right here and now. You're going to fight Hoolay right here and now. Like I think I needed to see March. Honestly, after all that, I needed to see March after all that stuff.
How could they expect to attract people to come and watch if they didn't make a huge spectacle? March, you haven't forgotten what you came to do, have you?
Yeah, she has to represent them, right? I'm here to be ringmaster on behalf of Master Jiaoqiu.
As a representative of the Xianzhou Lafu, I will defeat all challengers. That's the spirit. Sounds like you're all fired up. If you could just keep your legs from shaking so much, it would be more convincing, March.
It's probably very nerve-wracking, right? For sure. It's definitely nerve-wracking, but like I would be nervous too.
As the saying goes, the disciple takes the toil of their master. Remember, you are here under the identity of a Lafu swordmaster, taking the place of your no-good master Yanqing as the ringmaster.
No good as well, by the way.
But what am I supposed to do if my opponent for this round is super talented and just wipes the floor with me in seconds? I'm still a beginner in swordplay. I don't know where I got the confidence when I agreed to help General Huaiyan.
Because it's an interest. You were so interested in sword fighting. I have faith in you, March. I really do.
Come on, there's no need to worry about that. If you are defeated, then your opponent shall have to answer to me.
Oh my god, Yun Li.
Although, if that happens, the honor and the glory of the Xianzhou Lafu shall all be taken by the Juming.
Her little chuckle as well, though. Like, I do love how like it started off sounding like she was like, hey, if they beat you, they have to talk to me. But really she's like, hey, I'm gonna win in the end anyway, you know? But I do love that like March is having nerves about this. It makes sense. Obviously, you know what I mean? I love that the story-wise, I don't want her to be nervous. But look, she has a cool sword. She has a cool outfit. She has great trainers. That's half the battle.
Master Yun Li, please, I'm about to compete.
Oh, Master
Can
Yunli.
you say something that will give me a little confidence?
She fully took on this like Jedi, you know, Padawan role so quickly, didn't she? You know, Master, please.
Marge, think about the great storms that you, nameless of the Express, have weathered along your many journeys.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that you have faced far more terrifying enemies than your opponents here today.
Yunli, that's great.
Don't you feel a lot more relaxed looking at it that way?
Master Yunli, I think I should drop out of the contest. Why don't we call Yangxing back? Let's get going then. No, I think it's a great thing she said there. I think Yunli's saying this is like a very, very cool thing. It's a very smart thing. You know, all the stuff you've been through already. You know? Do you think these guys are gonna give any trouble? Very, very smart by Yunli.
I've trained hard in the art of swordplay over these few days.
Few days only.
It's time for me to get in the ring and prove myself. Let's go.
Are we gonna see her actually do this?
Master Yunli, I don't think I'm completely ready.
It's okay.
March, there is no such
Love
thing
that.
as completely ready.
Love that. Because again, it's one of those things where it's like there's always gonna be like holes in your arsenal. There's always oh my god, we're actually is this boarding? Are we on the ship right now? Or are we boarding it? Like there's always gonna be holes in your arsenal. There's always gonna be something that like is not perfect. All this stuff too. We saw this with Yangxing and Yunli. They're not perfect either. They're definitely not perfect. But again, as she said, like March, you've been through so much, so much. Hey, so much.
Miss Yunli, Miss Marge, this way, please.
Yeah, I love the motivation that she gave to him. It's really, really cool. Gave to
I
her,
was
sorry.
informed of your arrival by Madame Yukong and came to greet you personally. The news that you will be the ringmaster in place of Lieutenant Yanqing has been made public, Miss March. Just now, as I passed the contestants' hall, I overheard them all discussing this news. The most common question I heard was, who is March 7th?
Well, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. She's a trailblazer.
If they ask you this, how will you introduce yourself? Do you have something prepared?
The most stylish, the most cutest. Oh, young beauty, the Astro Express, Yangxi's disciple, the invincible March 7th. Losers have no right to ask mine. let's go what March would say, right?
March 7th, a young beauty of the Astro Express.
True.
All right, when people ask you, you might as well tell them this loud and clear.
Let's go. I love that Yunli's like, yeah, this is your thing. And like Yunli gives her a smile too.
I see you are both quite relaxed. Impressive, given the imminent danger you face.
There's no danger.
Miss Yunli's contestant information was registered for the war dance a long time ago. However, as a last-minute entry, the Skyfaring Commission has taken care of the necessary procedures for you, Miss March 7th.
Fantastic.
Please, follow this path. The contestant hall is just up ahead.
Thank you, Miss Shikwe.
Beautiful name. Shikwe.
Come, let's take a look around the contestant hall.
What are these outfits over here? Are they from are they just another outfit for the for Xian Shou? Maybe it's a combat outfit, maybe? I was looking on there, like it actually looked really interesting to me. Man, they keep giving me jades as well, by the way. Yeah, whoever gave me this these jades, by the way, please make yourself known because like that's so nice. Do we have like oh yeah, I wanted to wish more on this one here, but I don't know how to change my should I check that really quickly before we go any further? I don't know how to change my my stuff here. Is it in the store that it changes? Where you can change your like who which I can get Don Hung. You can change which really cool stuff. So is it what's it called? An express supply? Is that what it's called? A supply pass. Really cool stuff. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I don't know where you do that. Maybe like I no one's like let me. Usually someone would like say something like maybe I'll just like have to ask again. I'm not quite sure. Is it in the travel log? No, maybe not. It's I know that it's like a thing where like you can change which possible like 5 stars you get. Like the pool, I guess. Whoa. Okay. Honkai's just like, just take him. I got like too many of these. I'll figure it out at some point. Because I already have a constellation for Eidolon for Yangqing as well.
This is the contestant.
This looks so cool. Everyone like getting ready for the fight too. Like this is like tournament arc. We're going to tournament arc right now. It's a really cool area too. Like I guess it's like the waiting area. Contestant hall, yeah.
So many people. March, before the war dance begins, allow me to give you one more lesson.
Sure thing.
My grandfather always told me that a weapon mimics its master. That means that a person's weapon will reflect their habits and personality. You've seen me wield old metal before, haven't you? Tell me, what did you observe from that?
Okay, so the Master Yunli is very strong. Master Yunli has a fiery temperament. Yeah, Master Yunli doesn't have good taste. Should we just say this? So she's saying that about like the, yeah, okay, we'll just say this.
Master Yunli's old metal is taller than a person. Being able to wield a weapon like that must mean that you have ridiculous strength, right? Observing the weapon that your opponent uses, assessing what kind of battle skills they excel at, and where their weaknesses lie, is the key to victory in battle. A shockingly heavy sword like mine, for example, is obviously not suited for a long, drawn-out battle. So, it would be best to find a way to drag the battle out.
I love this. Like, legitimately just saying, like, you know, this is how you would try to defeat me. And I think that's a good teacher as well, to be like, hey, look, if you're facing someone with a heavy sword, try to make the battle go on for longer. If you're facing someone with a lighter sword, end it as quick as possible. You know what I mean? I think it's like a really cool idea of doing that.
Why would you tell me your weakness?
It's Yunli. She's confident as heck.
That's the only way to ensure that we have a fair fight.
So awesome.
Don't you think? I don't want to see you go and lose to someone else.
Love it. Love it. She wants to face March in a fair fight. That's so awesome. And again, like, you know, Yunli, like, values the idea of, like, a sword master and respecting your weapon as well.
Now is a perfect opportunity to learn how to evaluate your opponents. Let's use the people here in the contestants hall to practice.
Okay.
If you know yourself and know your enemy, you will not lose in 100 battles.
These are really good lessons, I feel like, right? To understand your enemy more than just, like, you know, going in and trying to fight them, like, willy-nilly.
Myself and know the enemy. Let's see. Who should I ask first?
Yeah, I actually adore this idea. I adore it a lot. Okay, so we have to go around asking some people about, like, their, I guess, their fighting styles. This is such a cool area as well, looking out at the sky, too. And there's a news reporter doing an interview. Ladies and gentlemen, today we got the prettiest girl ever. It's March 7th. Did someone say something? First question, March. How are you so cool? Well, honestly, I was just born this way. Don Hung says I'm the coolest person who ever lived. Reporter.
I am not used to wearing clothes like this at all.
All right, it's a cool microphone.
Oh, you're March 7, the stand-in for Lieutenant
The excitement?
Chang, correct?
March deserves to have people excited to interview her, though. Honestly, she does.
That's right. And you are?
As you can see, I am the journalist entrusted with interviewing contestants on site.
I see the Skyfaring Commission has really gone all out as the host. Interesting.
That's right. A big event like this just can't go ahead without a few of us running around. Since the competition is getting started, could I ask you some questions that are on my mind?
Of course. I think March deserves to, like, feel like a celebrity for a bit, right? I'm always for it.
Oh, great. First, the question
Oh my
that
god, with the
is
TV
on
camera?
everyone's minds. Lieutenant Yanqing is not appearing in today's war dance.
None of your business.
This is just gossip from unreliable sources.
Then don't mention it.
But I hear that Lieutenant Yanqing is seriously injured. Is this true?
March should take the mic and start singing. Just to avoid every question. It's not true. You said yourself that was just gossip.
My apologies. This was
March, like,
very
with the
unprofessional of me. I see
with the
that
eyes here.
Lieutenant Yanqing has his own affairs to tend to. Then, let us look forward to seeing a valiant performance from you, Miss March.
So the question that she wanted to ask was...
Once the war dance begins, you will be challenged by master swordsmen from many different worlds, Miss March 7th. Are there any that you're looking forward to facing in particular?
So the question that she asked was legitimately just like about... the first question was about Yangqing. A gossip about Yangqing.
May I ask who that might be?
Yun Li. Master Yangqing, Jennifer Feixiao, Sushang, Stell. Oh, should we... Do we know if Sushang's entering this? Should we say this anyway? Sushang.
Sushang? Who is that? I feel like that's a name I've seen a lot online recently.
Get to know her. Get to know her. Top 5 design in Honkai.
Thank you very much for accepting my interview. Much appreciated.
No problem. Yeah, I was going to say Yun Li, but obviously like if Sushang's there, we're going to say Sushang as well, you know? That's really fun. Yeah, this is like a really fun area, by the way. Like, and it really does feel like it's like pre-tournament arc. You know what I mean? We're about to enter into like a tournament arc. Now, whether or not there's going to be like an actual thing where we get to do the tournament, that's another story altogether. But we'll see. I'm hopeful.
I came here because I wanted to meet the great Lieutenant Yanqing I've heard so much about, and finally cross blades with him myself.
Yangqing is famous.
Who would have imagined that he would take a disciple and have her be the ringmaster in his place? This is no more than running away from a fight, and is a great dishonor to the Yaoqiu.
Okay, bitter McBitterson, like, calm down, okay? And like, I understand there is like a thing where like, you know, in honor when it comes to sword fighters, especially on the Yaoqiu as well. So like, there's this thing where it's like, he's probably like very upset. And again, as you said, bitter. He's like, man, like I was supposed to have to fight Yangqing. And of course now all he's thinking about is that he's not gonna be able to like prove himself. He's probably building this up in his mind for months upon months upon months.
This last minute replacement, March 7th. Who exactly is she?
Right here. Carefully observe their weapon. The contestant Yaoqiing, aside from the longsword on their back, also carried an electromagnetic hand crossbow.
If I'd known I could use multiple weapons at once, I'd have brought my bow.
Hello, miss. Are you here to take part in the Ringmaster's Challenge too?
No, I'm just here to observe.
That's right. I'm the March 7th that everyone's been talking
Yes, say it
about.
with your chest. Say it proudly.
What? You're March 7th?
She's March 7th.
Don't worry. I'm a newbie swordmaster who's only been practicing the art of swordplay for half a month.
This is probably gonna make him be more upset that he's gonna, like, you know, he was wanting to fight Yangqing.
March 7th. Standing before you is a seasoned Cloud Knight who has practiced swordsmanship for over 200 years.
Okay, cool.
Tricking the opponent into underestimating me is a valid tactic too, right?
Look at her smile. March, yes, that's so true. Very cool. March, like actually doing some like cool tactics here, you know. He does have like 2 swords in his back as well. We should like trick him, and we should have like said we're not here for the fight. We're actually just like really, really sweet, and we want to see what a sword like looks like. And then when he takes his sword out, we grab the swords and we run, and then we come back with a fake mustache. What is that? Is that someone talking in here? Well, anyway.
Was there something you wanted to ask me?
Carefully observe their sword. It's a glaive, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is just a regular Cloud Knight Devastator glaive. Oh, I understand what's going on, Miss March 7th and Miss Yun Li. I'm actually not a contestant. I'm just here as a security guard.
That's what they all say. That's the oldest trick in the book. So that was a little bit awkward.
No, it's all right. I can't bear to watch other people make things awkward. So I always try to keep the conversation going. But then I'm the one who ends up making things awkward. I've gotten used to it by now. So don't worry.
That's okay. Like, we're not going to ever let March be feel awkward either, you know?
There are still many guests arriving here. Please be cautious.
Understood.
The first round of the war dance is about to begin.
Oh my god, March.
Are you feeling okay, March?
I'm nervous for her, but like not because I don't have faith in her, but because it's a big deal. Like, it's a big step, you know?
Me? I'm fine. As soon as I saw all these people gathered here, I suddenly felt weirdly relaxed.
These contestants all seem very reliable.
Looking at these contestants, I suddenly feel a lot calmer for some reason.
Like you feel like you're supposed to be there in some way, I guess? Would be a good way to put it.
I understand why you wanted me to know myself and know my enemy. I don't feel as nervous as I did before.
So, do you want to go out and see the ring?
I want to keep learning about my opponents. Or should we? Is this an actual choice? I think I'd like to see what the ring looks like as well, right? Or is this like a test? Does she actually want us to see what all this stuff looks like as well? Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's I don't know, because we're gonna get to see the ring anyway, right? Okay.
Go and get your intel.
Right? Optional, continue to probe. Okay, so it's an optional thing. Okay, so we can probe some more things here. So, are we just going to sit here and observe? Maybe it's because she spends some time with Stell. March 7 is urged to interrogate the bench. But March 7 is Stell, and her mental condition isn't that bad. Even when Stell isn't here, they're trying to own Stell. If there's anything you want to ask, hurry up, or March 7's rationality will come back. Master Lee is watching. Calm down. March 7 tries very hard to she like nods at Yun Li. She tries to contain her urge to talk to the bench and nods at Yun Li. The bench gazes at March 7 back in a single beat of sweat drops.
That's enough knowing the enemy for now.
What?
I want to see what the ring looks like.
Are you serious? Like it's us talking to a bench is the last thing we do here? That's hilarious. That is so funny. Unless, oh, there's other people who can wait, is that Deeting? Deeting's here. How are you, Deeting?
You're even asking Deeting?
You never know. Try to translate what Deeting is saying. Woof, 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 woof.
Well, looks like she's done with her questions.
That's enough knowing the enemy for now. Come on, I want to see what the ring looks like.
They freaking owning, like Stella when she's not even here. That's not fair, you know? You're not crazy like Stella is. Because again, we know, like, again, we always, and you know, we said this last time as well, how like Stella is like a gremlin, right? She is like a gremlin. But you never notice how much of a gremlin she is until you see it from the outside. And when we were playing as Firefly a few episodes ago, like you see what she's acting like, and you're like, oh my god, she is like a pure gremlin, you know? Oh, is there enemies here? Oh, I thought there were enemies. Oh my god, this is so cool. It is like a full-on arena. This is so neat.
You'll be able to see the War Dance's official venue.
That's so great. That's so great. I'm so obsessed with this. So obsessed with this.
Wow, so this is what it's like from the spectator's seat?
It's so you know, we don't like using the word often, but it feels very epic, right? It like has such a great presence about it. Like how wide and open it is, but like also like how like the banners are even thrown up and there's like advertisements on the ground here too. Like it really feels like a sports arena, and there's the cannons above it too.
Look over there. That's the ring we'll be standing on. Master Yun Li, I'm getting nervous again.
Understandable though, right?
Can I really do this?
Let's go. You can do it, March. I know you can.
Well, it's too late for nerves now. It's almost time. Almost time for what? As soon as I think about the mission General Huayan gave me, my heart starts racing like crazy. What do I do, Master Yun Li? It's when it stops beating that we need to worry.
Yep.
Just take in the atmosphere and prepare yourself.
Yun Li's great, right? That's such a great way to say it too. Like when your heart stops beating, that's what you have to worry about, not when it's beating. Like that's a great saying to say to somebody.
I have to leave for a moment and do some inspections around the ship. This was also part of Grandpa's orders.
Okay.
I wonder how Master Yanqing is doing over there. Hey, focus.
Oh, we're switching back to Cell again. Great scene there with Yun Li and March. Oh my god. Wait, are we doing something?
General, report. The teams are in position, and the Skyfaring Commission has taken control of the Starskiff lanes.
Oh my god, something's happening.
Activate all side cranes and have them scan everyone coming in and out of the port.
But we know that Hoolay is also like preparing for something as well. There's going to be a clash. It feels like there's going to be a clash of some sort.
Remain vigilant at all times. Any suspicious movements must be suppressed as quickly as possible before the situation gets out of hand.
Yes.
Yes, General.
You two, follow me.
Look at her in action. Getting to see her in action as well, by the way. Oh my god, I'm getting so nervous. So I can feel something bubbling. It's bubbling.
Just a moment ago.
Could that mean...
Wait, we're here.
Fine. Cloud Knights, search for the target.
Oh my god, can you see Feixiao like you know, giving her orders out as well? Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Oh my god, they're gone. This is incredible. Oh, there he is. Without Jiaoqiu. So Jiaoqiu is still with them.
All of you, get out of my way.
Wait. Are they also... General, look there. Are they Borison?
Wait. Don't go any closer.
What do you mean?
General, I failed you. That mad dog left me here as...
Like bait? Bait?
A declaration of war.
Oh my freaking god, guys. They're Borison.
That's right.
Oh my god!
I've been holding back the urge to slit his throat all this time. Well, Lord Hoolay ordered us to remain here, just to see.
Oh my god, so they are Boris. And you know what's so sad as well? Maze there was so upset that he was used as bait. He was so upset. He felt like he let the general down. Look at the scene.
Great Merlin's Claw, mortal enemy of the Borison, are able to join him in a little hunting game.
They're setting this up so well because there's so many. There's such a terrifying aspects as well, but there's also, I guess, like when you say bubbling, I mean like it's heating up. Like they're building to something here, and this clash is happening already.
Hunting is not a game. It is a battle of life and death. Are you ready for your death, abomination?
Oh my god, let's go, Feixiao. Seeing Feixiao in action is one of the best things in the world. It's so great.
Save your breath.
Let me through.
Okay, let's start with then
Time to show
this,
you
I guess.
What I can... Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this.
And then let's go for you.
There's always a weakness.
And then support
Lend me your
Sushang
strength.
once again.
You're not going anywhere.
And then we can go again. That's why I always remember like Sushang and Bronya being such an amazing combo. Like an absolutely amazing combo. And then once again, look, like such an amazing combo. It's insane. Don't think you won, he says as he's dead.
Are you okay?
He looks so disappointed.
I wasn't able to save Jiaoqiu. Hoolay was more cunning and powerful than I imagined.
Right. And that's the thing, that's why he was, he's worried about too, like, and if it was such like, to me, like such a tense and scary scene when he did show up and like we saw, he was caught out and like, you could tell him and Jiaoqiu both have like, in my opinion anyway, and like maybe you guys like would agree, they have like a care for each other. They're definitely like, worried for each other in both, in different ways, whether it be like for, Jiaoqiu being like, please get out of here. You don't have to like get hurt on my account. But also then for Maze kind of looking at him kind of being like, dude, like what the hell has happened? The worry in their eyes is what I'm saying.
Tell me, how is he planning to declare this war against me? With a one-on-one duel? Or with a hostage exchange, maybe?
It's a massacre, right? It's an absolute massacre.
Hoolay is planning on attacking the bustling
Yeah.
streets of the Xianzhou Luofu.
What did you just say?
Yeah, what he just said. He's planning on going full force with this stuff.
Impossible. Even if there are still undercover Borison that we haven't sniffed out, Hoolay can't have more than a few dozen people. How is he planning on simultaneously attacking the streets of the Xianzhou
He's,
Luofu?
under my understanding, I could be wrong, he was like creating Borison as well though, right? For sure.
He has an ace up his sleeve. Hoolay's body holds a plague mark passed down through generations of Borison. I
I've seen him convert a Foxy into a Borisan wolf trooper with my
Yeah,
own
he's gonna create more freaking Borson.
This is Hoolay's declaration of war. His blood. It can cause Foxians to rapidly transform and lose their minds. He has passed his blood to his minions, and is planning to spread it across the Luofu and stir up panic.
Yeah, this is gonna be so brutal. You're saying that that there will be attacks all over? Evacuate the Foxians immediately. Can we do that?
Contact the Skyfaring Commission and the Cloud Knights right away. Have them enforce a traffic ban.
That's so
and
scary.
Order all Foxians to remain indoors until further notice.
Like the fear that is in this situation.
The moment you see your enemy's declaration of war, it means that they have already begun to
Oh
take
yeah,
action.
they're on the move.
But if Hoolay succeeds in getting this panic to spread...
Do you remember what I told you before? Hunting is about thinking the same way as your prey, not just mindlessly chasing after them.
And that's the mentality she used earlier to like you know, get a location on Hoolay.
What Hoolay wants is to see everyone on the Luofu descend into panic. He wants to see us lose our minds and waste our limited manpower scouring every inch of the Luofu for signs of an attack
so
until
scary.
we exhaust ourselves. It's like that party game that the people of the Jiaoqiu love to play. They had an object under one of several bowls, then move the bowls around and have you guess which one the object is underneath.
So she's saying that it's like a waste of time to try and play this because like in terms of like, you know, it's a waste of time to try and find the other where the ball is under the bowls, right? The object. But the reason why this is so terrifying as well is because Feixiao like is a character who like is like first of all, seeing her in action is amazing, but also seeing her like dedicated just to like make sure people know like this is happening. This isn't something that's about to happen. We are in those stages right now. So while I was saying it's bubbling, Feixiao is reminding us this is already taking place.
The way I see it, this is all nothing more than misdirection.
You think so?
No matter what Hoolay does, there is one truth that cannot be changed.
Okay.
He is trapped aboard the Xianzhou Luofu. The only way for him to escape is to find a ship.
So she's confident they still have an advantage in this way too. They still have an advantage here, and the only ship he's able to see. So his only option is a sky splitter.
Right now, the only ship he'd be able to see is the sky splitter.
He's gonna try and take the sky splitter.
In his eyes, that ship is full of countless hostages.
Jesus.
That would be the best place for him to go. So, that will also be our final battlefield.
My heart is pounding. He's planning on taking the freaking sky splitter as an escape route.
But if we're wrong about this, if he goes somewhere else, or if he does as he said he would, and his minions infect the Foxians everywhere with wolf blood, what do we do then? Are we just supposed to abandon those less likely locations?
So Yangqing's looking at all possible outcomes here as well.
This is another lesson that you must learn outside of swordplay. Weighing
Okay.
your options and making a decision. There are always questions that we will ask ourselves, but never be able to answer.
I do love, once again, we're seeing Feixiao teach Jiangxing again. I think in this case, she's like, you know, once again showing him like the outside of these situations. That it's not always going to just be about, as we said, swinging the sword. And in this case, it's like, hey, like you're going to have to like, you know, weigh up all your options, you know? And again, I do agree with the idea, and maybe like, you know, it's not exactly what she's saying. I do agree with the idea. If you pick one, if you pick all three, one is going to, they're going to be neglected each, right? But if you pick one and you make a really good decision about where you have to go, weighing that option and making a decision based on what you know, then that place is going to be, you know, fully focused on, I guess, as well.
Before making a decision, we must destroy any hesitation that we are holding on to. Once we make a decision, we must fight off any regrets.
This is so great. Again, I love her interactions with Jiangxing. They're amazing. He's learning so much.
There is a chance that we will make the wrong decision and allow our allies to be sacrificed in vain. There is a chance that we will predict our enemies' movements correctly, yet underestimate their strength and be overwhelmed in battle.
I love it again that she's also talking about the eventualities and making that those decisions will go wrong, right?
But being lost in hesitation and failing to take any action will always be more harmful than taking the wrong path.
So cool.
We must make a decision, no matter what.
This is just so cool, right? And it's actually not just about neglecting one place. It's literally her saying that like making a decision is better than than sitting there forever, think about which way and what way you should go. Like making the decision is better than hesitating.
Everyone, listen up. I will personally take charge of Starskiff Haven, evacuate the people, and prepare for any possible attacks. I will do my best to ensure that things are safe on the ground. Nameless, please lend us your strength as you
Whatever you need.
Ambrosial Arbor was reborn. I need you and Wildza to go in search of Jiaoqiu.
Leave it to me. So we're going with Jiaoqiu. Okay,
General,
perfect.
Please entrust me with the safety of the Sky Splitter. I was originally meant to participate in the tournament, so now it is only right that I return to the Sky Splitter.
Yangqing asks him for that responsibility.
It does come to attack the Sky Splitter. Lieutenant Yangqing, I need you to hold him there until I am able to arrive.
Let's go, Yangqing.
Please rest assured, General. If he dares step foot on the Sky Splitter, I, Yangqing, swear on the blade in my hands that he shall not escape.
Oh my god. This is big responsibility, and I'm glad he's taking this on. I am. I'm worried for him, obviously, because it's freaking Hoolay, 100%. But I also will always have faith in the people that I love in this game as well. And I think Feixiao putting her faith in Yangqing to be like... And again, she didn't say, like, Yangqing, I don't know about this. Instead, she did something that's so amazing from a leader's perspective. Instead of going like, I don't know about this, don't do this, that's silly. She goes, you better hold him off. You know what I mean? You better do that. I'm counting on you to do that. That's going to give him so much confidence. That's going to give him so much confidence. The Captain's set off to various locations to begin cordon off areas. Oh, here we are. This is our side. This is our group.
Cloud Knights, the Borson have arrogantly decided to challenge us
on
my
god.
territory. They vow that they will unleash a bloodbath along the streets of the Xianzhou. The unarmed civilians of the Xianzhou and countless visitors from afar are under our protection. Let me ask you, as Cloud Knights,
stop.
Will we allow the Borson to succeed
Stop.
with their plan?
Call to action? Let's go. Oh my god, this is so good.
Be on your guard.
Seeing Feixiao in action has been a joy. It's so cool seeing like the preparations for this battle as well.
Haven, have all Cloud Knights be on full alert for Borson attacks.
Feixiao, the ports of Starskiff Haven are crawling with wolf-like
Yukong.
creatures. They're moving fast.
Oh, so they've already started even there.
Hold them back. I will be there immediately.
And here's Feixiao as well. Whoa, we're switching to a... Oh my god, look at this. Wait, that's Orm Alley. That's like right at the start of the entry point to this place. What the hell? What? Holy freaking hell. Did you see that? She rode like a... What? She rode a freaking boat into the body of a Borson. I've never seen them do that. They transition from like character into a cutscene. I've never seen them do that before. Did you see where the Borson were though? Everywhere. After Feixiao uses her technique, she grants herself a movement speed boost that will pull enemies along with... What? The older enemies are pulled the higher... What are you talking about? So we can do this pre-battle, just pull enemies with us? How does this work? My heart is pounding. That was such a cool scene. And again, once again, Yukong fighting, like they're showing how devastating this is. They're ripping people apart in Orm Alley, like this merchant area. You know what I mean? That whole scene was amazing. I loved them seeing the call to action for Feixiao, like, calling the Cloud Knights to answer her, like, are we going to let them take this over? Delegating all this stuff here, ordering, Yangqing to do something, ordering us to do something. Seeing Feixiao in action has been a joy. But that scene with her coming in on the freaking boat, the Starskiff, and driving it into a Borson is insane.
There you are, Feixiao. Madam Yukong. After 30 years, we find ourselves fighting
so
side
sick.
by side once
Look at
more.
this.
It's been a while since I've let loose. Let's get this started.
Let's go. I'm ready. So is this we have to press enhance for this?
Try not to go too wild.
We're going too wild. I get to... Oh my god, look at this. Look how cool she is. Look how cool she is. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see how this works. Oh! Wait, can we get more people? What? Come on. Everyone join in. Join up. Everyone join up. You two, come here. Let's go. What the hell? What the hell? Is this legal? What the hell are we doing here? Oh, but then we have to attack them as well, I guess. That is crazy. What? What? What's happening here? Can we activate this as well before anything happens? No, I don't think they're gonna let us activate this. They're just gone. They're just donezo. That is insane.
A short respite, then time for the next fight.
That is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Is there any other Borison we can fight? That is insane. It's perfect for this place, by the way, but like, why would you ever mess with Yukong? How do you describe that to your... This is where she was eating this morning, by the way. How do you describe that to your generals, by the way? What did you see in the battlefield? A tornado. Also, there was weather? No, it was a person. What? It's like, no, like there was like a big tornado. But yeah, you're talking about the weather, but you're saying it was a person? Yeah. What the hell are we dealing with, you know? Let's go again. Even though we can't do it again. This is what Yukong just sees. What is she doing? It's her celebration. She's such a cool character. What the hell's that? Rift in the space-time continuum? No, she's awesome. She's so awesome. She's so freaking cool. That was so sick. I am exhilarated.
We have cleared out the enemies in Starskip Haven.
We might have to end the video at the next breakpoint, but still, like, I'm glad we got to see this as well. I am glad. This is so freaking sick.
But it seems that there are fierce battles being waged at both the Exalting Sanctum and Arum Alley. I will prepare a star skiff.
We cannot allow the fighting to continue. This is now a race against time to stop this farce that Hoolay has created. I know Jiaoqiu always wants me to know my limits and not get carried away, but now is the time to bring this to a swift end.
I do love that it's like she's, again, it shows the care she has and also the care that Jiaoqiu has for her as well. She references even in this moment, like, I know that he doesn't like me to get carried away. I know he wants me to, like, not, like, do things that might get me hurt. But in this case, she's like, I need to do this. Thought about him for a second as well there.
Tell them if they see a light in the sky, all units are to retreat immediately.
A light in the sky?
Madam Yukong, lend me your bow.
What? You can use a bow as well? Where's she going? These cuts. Is she just like... What is she? What is... Look at her! What is she doing? What are we... What the hell is that? What the hell did she do?
What's that? Everyone, out of the way!
Oh, she told everyone to move. You ever seen light in the sky? No freaking way. I have... Oh, look at Rosie covering still. Oh my god, I have chills. Look what she did from that far away. She aimed at Arum Alley. Oh, and then she feels the pain of it afterwards too. She aimed at Arum Alley at the same time at Arum Alley, Feixiao, Sky. Okay. Oh my god. Guys, she aimed at Arum Alley.
What a mess. I just knew it would end up this way.
She aimed at Arum Alley. She aimed at Arum Alley and absolutely destroyed everything there in her path. All these Borison. Holy freaking hell.
Every time she hits the battlefield, she makes a mess like this.
Is she a god? Is she an Eon?
She didn't even leave a single survivor to get intel from. One of these men must have known about Hoolay and Jiaoqiu's whereabouts.
No, we're not going to ask that. What happened just now?
Was one of Feixiao's arrows. Who knows what she used as an arrow to fire all the way over here?
The general in yours is way out of line. It has to be a general in yours always been like this. I want to see her fired arrow with my own eyes. Honestly, yes. Most times you open a cold, different gaze, you can always hear the unspoken words, expressions, faces, and is not better to cherish your life instead. Like, honestly, like, it is like, it does throw caution to the wind in a way where it was kind of like, I don't know how to say, where like, she just basically, like, predicted that everyone would be safe and get out of the way, you know? But, you know, she had no, I don't think she had any assurances that they would get out of the way. She was just like, I trust them to get out of the way.
Take a good look around. If you can find one or two Borison that aren't dead yet, let me know. I don't care how tight their lips are sealed. I always have a way to crack them open. and get the information we need.
Fair enough. Yeah, this is absolutely insane. This has been an absolutely insane time. Yeah, I think that if this is one of those things where we can't even travel out of here. So this is one of those things where like we're gonna come back in here tomorrow anyway. If we come back to it, I wonder if this is then the best place to kind of like break off for a second and then come back. I know like we're in the middle of like something here now as well, but it's just one of those things where like I don't know if I'll have the time to really give it every single thing that I want to give it to in this episode. So it might be a thing of like coming back and being like, okay, let's regroup then as well. Yeah, because we can only go to certain places here. We'll go a bit more, bit longer. That's what we'll do. We'll go a bit longer as well. I don't want to just cut off like right here, but when we get a chance, I definitely do. You know, it's one of those things where like I probably will have to take like a little bit of a break. Let's go. Is that Mock Talk?
What a terrifying attack.
So yeah, he's the one who survived out of everyone.
Who could have imagined that such astonishing strength would lie in the hands of a Foxian war slave?
It's your bitterness that doubts her, man. It's your bitterness.
So decisive. So brutal. She is more like a descendant of Duran than we who have fallen to our current state.
Whoa.
No wonder the warhead has his eyes on her.
Like, imagine like going from saying like well, like, I still think there's a bitterness to calling her a war slave to then being like, oh, she's like a descendant of Duran herself. That's the fact that you still draw breath after an attack like that. Like, Jesus, yeah.
I remember you, Mock Talk. You are harder to kill than a cockroach.
It appears to be.
But the fact that you have willingly shown yourself saves us some time. It is not too late for you to surrender. Tell me, where are Hoolay and Jiaoqiu?
Save your energy, Yaoqing monkey.
Jesus.
If there is one principle that we beasts know well, it is that we might have to break off an arm to break free from a cage. Today, I will be that arm.
So you're saying like sacrifices are necessary.
I lived as a hunter for many years, yet I have only followed the warhead for this recent, brief period. However, his existence has brought light back to our once blind eyes, like the moon of Verdantia. He has shown me the way.
So he's saying that like it's like he was kind of like lost and then he feels like he found something under the warhead.
The descendants of Duran have abandoned the Wolf's Creed. In order to ensure our survival, we took solace in the shadows and fed on one another. We were no longer wolves. We were no more than rats, living a dirty and pathetic life.
It's so horrible here as well because I think he's describing like how like, you know, even like Hoolay saw their kind of like pack falling from grace and stuff like this too. But what's so interesting about this as well is that like they're making this everyone else's problem. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, learn to eat something else. You know, eat something else. You don't have to eat each other.
Thanks to the gift granted to us by Lord Hoolay, I have shared his vision and his blood. The descendants of Duran should live for the victory of the pack.
Yep, survival of one,
or
survival of all.
Die for it as well.
He's so willing now after all the stuff he's like, because in his eyes he went from nothing to now having a cause with the warhead again, and he would rather die now for the pack than go back to being what he perceives to be a rat.
Come, Yaoqing man, show me your fangs. We will fight to the death.
Is this actually gonna be Moktok's death?
How honorable, you mangy dog.
I adore the Moze freaking spat there, by the way, because he talked about this honor and finding a new path, and Moze being like, I think sarcastically saying how honorable and saying you're a mangy dog. Excuse me. I feel like the spit beforehand as well is like, it's like all that talk you have about like this path you have, I don't give a damn.
But you seem to have misunderstood. There will be no fair one-on-one
Yes!
duel.
Yes!
Let's see how tough you are once we've put you down.
I love that. How stupid would it be to be like, yeah, let's do a one-on-one? No. End this guy. 100%. So true. Like, because again, it's one of those things where, like, you know, like, it's like, that's something that always frustrates me sometimes with certain situations. Yeah, he supports the Hoolay so much.
Boris in resurgence? You think you can still pillage and murder freely as you did 1,000 years before?
Moz is so upset about this too.
The Xianzhou Yaoqing will ensure that this is nothing more than your dying fantasy.
Tell them. And again, like I was gonna say there.
To guard and defend. Crush them.
Like sometimes it works sometimes with characters. Like for example, like if you're like someone like Yang Xing or Yun Li, a one-on-one fight makes sense. But if you're fighting something as devastating as like these Borison, I think I would. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, like in some cases it makes sense, right? In some cases it would make sense. Like let's say if Feixiao and Hoolay had a one-on-one fight, I'd be screaming from the top of the lungs like that's so incredible. But in this case, Moktok is dangerous. He's like, again, he said he's like a cockroach who never dies. It would be so silly in this moment to be like, yeah, let's do a one-on-one honorable duel. No, let's kick his ass. Let's jump him. You know what I mean? 100%. Let's jump this guy. It's like different, I think, if it's like this honorable sword fight between sword fighters, right? I actually think it's always a really cool story beat. But in this case, it's like, no, jump this guy. Jump this guy right now.
Dodge this.
Fight me.
Mending attack. Oh, he has those powers as well.
Lend me your strength.
Should we focus on the other guys first?
Let me through.
Maybe, or should we still keep focusing on it? Well, let's just try focus on something anyway. Because what's gonna be harder here is that we don't have a like Kafka would like be making, you know, I think mincemeat of these characters. You must hold on. But the issue is obviously now is that like we have a character, and Susang is amazing for boss battles. Don't get me wrong. Is that a death now?
Boris in resurgence.
This music. Really great music. Oh, that was it?
No matter how heroic your sacrifice, there is no honor in your battles or deaths, Borison.
I love this as well. I love this as well. I love that there's, because again, it's one of those things like I've seen it in stories before where there's like a horrible freaking creature who has done horrible things and the main character's like, at least he died with honor, you know? And it's like, no, dude. No, he didn't. Like, in Mose's perspective, and it's so true, is like, you can act like you had some beautiful sacrifice here. There is no honor in what you did. And I love this guy. I love this guy. The introduction of the new characters in the Xian show so far, have been so amazing. So great. What's that?
Seems that Moktok got what he wished for.
Oh, Hoolay. What, like as a hologram?
Hoolay, your declaration of war is over.
Oh my god, it's standing. I know it's his hologram, but like, you know, it's speaking directly to him like this as well.
From now on, no matter where you run, General Feixiao will catch you and send you to the same fate as Moktok.
I love Moze. I love him. Moze is freaking awesome. He's so awesome. You can laugh all you want at him, but I'm telling you this right now. I hope you remember his words as you fall. Because I freaking love this character. I love how like he's not pulling any punches. I love how he's not doing like this stuff where it's like I said, not doing stuff where it's like he's not backing down. You know? I love how he's using that bitterness that he has for these guys and pointing it towards them. I love he's rightfully calling out the bullcrap that they speak as well. I love it.
Don't stand in my way, child. Have your general speak with me.
Again, the belittling of people. Hoolay loves doing this. Oh, look at the anger in Mose's face.
Stand down, Watsa.
She made it here.
I am here, Hoolay. What do you wish to say?
The Merlin's Claw. Though we have never met on the battlefield, I have heard many interesting things about you from both my men and your healer.
But did he I don't think he would have told the full truth though, right?
The people of the Xianzhou must be quite brave to allow a Foxian war slave with Boris in blood to ascend to the position of general.
And he's gonna play on this, right? He's gonna 100% play on this idea.
Has no one ever questioned that lineage of yours? Or could it be that your grand achievements were enough to convince everyone to keep their lips sealed?
I mean, there's a respect for her. I think even though like the likes of like, I don't know who knows about this, but I know that Jiaoqiu like respects the heck out of her because he knows what she can do and knows what she has done for him.
Claiming to have family ties with the enemy sounds to me like an attempt at asking for mercy. Hoolay, are you begging me for mercy?
Oh my god, Feixiao.
I see that it is not only the ruthless blood of a wolf that courses through your veins, but also the cunning blood of a fox. When you think about it, this was a gift from the Borison. Anything that we gift, we are also free to reclaim.
I want to take this back. And it might just mean her life.
The Merlin's Claw. I shall extend a final invitation to you. I will be waiting for you on the Sky Splitter.
There's a declaration. Come meet me, buddy. Come meet me.
Before you arrive,
oh god.
slaughter all in sight, allowing the crimson moon that has fallen dim for over 700 years to once more come to life. I will illuminate this ship with the sheen of blood and show everyone just how weak and powerless the Xiangzhou is.
Again, this I love declarations, but obviously, like, you know, I have faith in Feixiao. That's not a reason why, like, I'm excited to see this, like, to see the meeting between these two and whatever fight that's gonna happen. But as of course, even now, even when he's like, meet up, and we'll fight 100%. But before that, I'm gonna destroy everything in my path.
Then I will pilot this ship through every blockade and barrier you have prepared and begin my journey home. This ship shall be the flagship for the Borison Resurgence.
Jesus, man. He truly believes this too.
Before I finish these tasks of mine, you have a chance to stop me or die at my hands. This is the path that I have prepared for you.
I accept your challenge, Hoolay.
Oh my god.
Because the very moment you stepped aboard the Sky Splitter, you stepped onto your path to ruin.
She's literally saying you set yourself up. I'm here to destroy you. I'm here to end you. Wait. They're making my neck snap with all these switches back and forth. The war dance is about to commence in the Sky Splitter.
I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter.
Wait, is she doing an impression here?
It's easy for my grandfather to say.
Okay.
But this mission doesn't seem so simple
It's
anymore.
definitely not. For you or Yangxing, this is not a simple mission anymore.
The first round of the tournament is about to begin. I wonder how Yanqing and the others are doing.
Yeah, and look, she's thinking about Yangxing as well.
According to the plan, I should seek out the Cloud Knight soldiers aboard the Sky Splitter and see if they've discovered anything. Maybe I should take a moment to meet with March before the tournament starts.
100%.
March is in the contestants' lounge right now. I wonder how her preparations are coming along.
So, I think this is a perfect place to end the video here if we're going to end it somewhere, right? 100%. And the reason being is that we just had a declaration. We just had like a challenge from Hoolay to Feixiao. And I think this is like one of those times where it's like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity to be like, okay, let's take a break here. Let's come back and see what's going to happen in the next one. Because I feel like, you know, if stuff has already hit the fan now, Like, what's going to happen in the next episode? You know what I mean? It's going to be absolutely insane. Before we do anything, though, I do want to see, like, you know, what's her enhanced move look like.
Intercepting sword technique.
Oh, it's just like in the actual battle as well when she does that thing which like prepares. She really does wield that weapon well. I think because I think it's a really cool design choice to make her so small. Because seeing someone so small with like a big heavy weapon, like, I don't know, it's like a great contrast that instantly makes you go, wait, how powerful is she, you know? You know what I mean? She has this big great sword as well. Yeah, okay, so I think then what I can do is transition back to the Astro Express, and I'll see you guys in a quick moment. Her phone case has a cat in it, by the way. That's really cute. Oh my god. Yeah, I think it was a good place to end it. I think it's one of those situations where we've done so much, and whatever we're getting to next is going to be pretty freaking serious. And it's one of those situations where, like, I don't know how much is left or anything like that as well. You know, someone could be like, oh, well, this is how much is left. By the time you see this video, I'm already, you know, in the process at the very least of... Would it be? No, by the time you see this video, I've already recorded the other episode. So there's that situation as well. We can talk about all the stuff that took place in this video, but there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that happened in this episode, like a lot of really crazy stuff. But I think the crux of everything is that this is like a very terrifying situation that's happening with Hoolay. I think the way they built up Hoolay as such a terrifying force is amazing, but I think also at the same time too, they've done such a good job of building up Feixiao on the other side of things also, where I feel like it's like the irresistible force meets the immovable object, you know what I mean? Or the unstoppable force meets the immovable object, where like this clash that's going to happen, even if I'm terrified of it, I want to see it. Does that make sense? Where it's like, even though like I know that something bad is going to happen here in the future, there's a fear that I have of what could take place. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself like, you know, what could happen? But at the same time too, I want to see Feixiao take down Hoolay. I want to see this. Can you imagine Feixiao becoming the second person to take down Hoolay? Like Jing Liu did as well. But yeah, a lot of stuff happened here as well. I think we started off with just like the whole like how well done this whole sequence was with us asking for help as Jiaoqiu, where we were going around to different people with a potential for asking for assistance. And it's very clear to me now that like the reason why it was optional wasn't because it was like, and I knew this like from the like right away, because they you know, Honkai doesn't really emphasize something unless they want you to be to notice it, and that's good game design. Like if they just had us you know, notice these people watching us and then like didn't have it lead to anything, I think it would have been very disappointing. Not that I want people to like die or get hurt, but I'm saying that like it's a good thing that like, you know, writing wise it's a good thing, and video game wise it's a good thing that your decision can lead to such a drastic thing. Now let me know, do they actually die? Is it a situation where they die, or is it a situation where they just get hurt? Let me know. But I'm guessing that like the way they painted it with the red text and all this stuff, they were trying to make it seem very important. I think it did become very important. But yeah, terrifying sequence, made me so paranoid, I was so worried. And of course then it's one of those things as well where after that we had this unbelievably brutal sequence between Hoolay and Jiaoqiu, and to me like it makes my skin crawl thinking about it. The idea of like, you know, him hating his entire race, Jiaoqiu like, you know, being brutalized by Hoolay as he's like told to tell him all the secrets of Feixiao. He even then talks about the idea of Duran, which was like what they're like the original like, not the original, but he was one of they're descendants of Duran, and Duran basically seeked out like this extra power, and he sacrificed Foxians and Borisans to claim this power, which is basically a crimson moon, which we replaced his heart with a crimson moon, and this apparently gives him the power that now I think it's the power that Hoolay has, not only to like sustain himself for 700 years, but I also think it's the power to like not be hurt like he usually is. I think also at the same time it's also the power to like turn people into Borisans as well. I think he got all that from Duran. And of course we thought it was a myth, but like it seems like it could be actually like a real thing. I think then we transitioned to the scene with which, by the way, their description of Duran and all this stuff too showcases that like the Borisan have been torturing and brutalizing Foxians for longer than even 700 years, for maybe thousands upon thousands of years, and it's absolutely disgusting. It's like one of those things where it's understandable why the Foxians are so desperately hateful towards the Borisan. It's understandable. And here's the thing, like I said, there's probably like Borisan out there that 100% are like, you know, like maybe don't follow that same creed, maybe not in the same pack. 100%. I'm not saying that I want to paint like, because I don't know the lore. I don't want to paint the brush of like every Borison's like this, every Borison's like this, because then like that's a horrible thing probably to do. But I think just these Borison, it's no wonder why the Borison that adhere to this are hated. 110%. It's no wonder. I love the scenes with Feixiao and Yangxing, the way she's kind of giving him advice. The idea of like, leave one side open, understanding your enemy, not going too far into things, like, don't become the hunted. I think she even said that, don't become the hunted, because if you go in too frantically, the thing you're hunting will then be able to hunt you, because then you'll be able to make a mistake. You need to have a full-on plan. You need to go in like very slowly but methodically. And the idea of leaving one side open, she even showcased this year when we had this full investigation of all these Foxians that could be Borison. And we found out that like 2 of them were Borison. And how she dealt with this was like in such a freaking cool way, by the way. Lets one of them go. That's leaving the one side open. And also understanding the people you're trying to hunt. That's the true art of the hunt. She understands that they would go back and tell Hoolay about this. She understands that one of them would run away and one of them would stay. And what she says to this Borison to me was so freaking sick. And I love that the likes of like Moze, Jiaoqiu, and all these characters are standing up and saying stuff to these Borison because they deserve to say stuff to these Borison. She said directly to him, I hope you know as you die, and it's so brutal, but it's so great as well, as you die, know that your loss here has led to me finding Hoolay. And even if like we didn't get to like go to Hoolay's location and fight him there, that Borison died thinking, I have failed the entire pack. I have failed everyone. I failed Hoolay. I did not die with honor, and that's what Feixiao wanted. And I do not blame her for being bitter. I do not blame her for being like this kind of petty and bitterness and very cruel, because the cruelty is actually like very like needed in the scene. I think so. I think her cruelty there was like amazing. Not because I'm like, yeah, brutality, tell someone before they die that this and that. Yeah, like 100% there's that aspect too. Like she is very cool in this moment, but like, is it weird to say that like, if there's anyone who has earned the right to say this, but not only that, if there's anyone who needs to hear it, it's one of those Borison, because they've put so much in the pride of being a Borison that telling them before they die, you effed up, buddy, is like an ultimate feeling of like revenge in some ways. And I feel like it's really, really, it was a cool scene. It was a really cool scene. They talked about like the Feixiao's past, or showing Feixiao's past. And I think, he was talking about like the saddest thing about being a healer. He was talking about like what being a healer meant to him. And we found out in that moment too that Feixiao has the blood of a Borison in her. She was a war slave that like broke off from the pack and saved a bunch of people, I think including Jiaoqiu. And he's been trying to pay her back like ever since by healing her and all this stuff too. And it's there they found out she was a part Borison, which kind of makes sense to the Borison anyway, why she's like so good in the battlefield. But in reality, it's probably like, a lot of different factors too. She's a very good warrior at the same time also. But it was a great revelation as well, because I think you realize the full extent of the illness of why Jiaoqiu is so desperately trying to heal her. And I think it's so important. They showed him there straining, thinking about her. He wants to heal her because also he probably feels indebted to her, but also this thing that happens to Foxians is actually pretty freaking brutal. I think what Hoolay said here is what did he say? It was something that was actually really interesting. It's like you can become the thing you're trying to hunt sometimes in order to fully understand it. And he wanted to use Hoolay's blood and his DNA in order to find a way to help cure Feixiao. And of course, Hoolay, being the brutal beast that he is, turns and goes, no, she's going to die brutally. She's not going to die on the battlefield honorably. She's going to die by her own scars. Because I think that the Borison, when they come to this rage, the Foxians come to this rage, their bodies aren't accustomed to the healing process of that, so they would just rip each other apart and die. Disgusting to even think of it that way. But in terms of like, what the saddest thing about being a healer is that he would constantly watch people, and I love this story. It's so incredible. You watch, and again, I say I love. I hope you always know when I say love, I mean from a story perspective. It's not nice to hear about people dying and suffering, but this idea that when people die, when people get hurt, he would heal them and save their lives. He would give them basically a second chance of something that they both fought to. And I love as a healer, he understands that it's two people fighting. When you're on the operating table or when you're trying to save someone's life, it's a life on the table trying to survive while you're trying to help them survive. You both fought for this life, and then he would hear about them dying 2 weeks later. He described it as a fish jumping out of a boiling cauldron or getting saved from a boiling cauldron, but then just jumping right back into it. He couldn't understand fully why on earth that they would go off and die again. And again, I think it's such a unique perspective on, like, because it's not just like this anti-war thing, because he's not anti-war, I don't think, in a way that, like, I would think a healer sometimes is. It kind of breaks that trope where he's like, he's not saying that war, like, is something that's not going to happen, or like, or he's not directly against the idea of war. His personality was like, why on earth do these people fight? Why are they fighting these Borson when they know they're just going to die again? I saved their life and they throw that away again. This lack of understanding of why they do this. And his perspective afterwards was that people die for a reason, whether for future generations, to make a point, to make a statement, to have people remember them, so that future people that come after them have a better shot at survival. And I think this is like something we've seen throughout history, as I described with the Irish history. It is something that is very like true, that happens with like martyrs and stuff like this too. Even though you don't want anyone to die, no one should have to die. Like, this is what his perspective was. And I'm not saying like I totally agree with like the perspective of that, whatever, like fully or 100% or 99. I'm not going to say that. But I do think that as a character, Jiaoqiu, his perspective is so interesting to me. Like the journey he's been on, the path he's been on to understanding the idea of death and coupling it hand in hand with his healing and understanding why people fight on the battlefield. And I love that he says that he came all this way with Hoolay, because he not only says that Hoolay's death is going to mean something, but not in the way that Hoolay wants it to. It's going to mean something because he's going to be so happy to see Hoolay fall and die, because once he dies, the world will be a better place. And not only that, when he dies, he can use his DNA to maybe find a cure for Feixiao as well. Like, how incredible. Like, again, I love them standing up to Hoolay in these moments, pushing back. I'm going to watch you die and the world will be better. And it's true. If Hoolay dies right now, the world will be a better place. It's just true. It's just a fact. Love that scene. Such an incredible scene. We had the stuff with Yun Li and the training stuff with March 2. I really love these scenes also. Again, there's a good bit of levity there also. But that's not what it was. It was basically like them preparing to like go into like the training and to go into the tournament. And I love the kind of like lessons that she gave to March here as well. Because it wasn't just like, oh, you'll be fine. It was like, look, you fought so many people as a trailblazer. Not only that, but like being nervous is such a good thing as well. It's always going to be a good thing as well. And also give her the knowledge of how to observe your enemies and observe people you're going to fight. Even telling her like, I want a fair fight. Like, you observe me and observe my weapon. Why do I use this weapon? What's going to be my weakness? And I think Yun Li is a fantastic teacher, even better than she thought she would be. Like, she did a fantastic job here with March. And I have nothing but like absolute praise for the scene as a scene of levity, like with funny with the bench and stuff like this too, but also seeing how far March is coming, because everyone has a part to play in what's happening. Everybody does. Even March is doing this too. And I'm not saying, by the way, March wouldn't have a part to play, but I'm just saying, like, you might be able to brush aside the idea of her participating in this, but like, if she didn't do this, then there'd be no one representing like the Luofu in the war dance, and she, just like anyone else, has a part to play in this. And I think, it was a scene of levity though as well at the same time too. Yeah, but I love those scenes also at the same time also. It was then that we saw Feixiao jumping into action. And we've seen her here as like as a general throughout this whole story. And it's so freaking great to see, like, on the ground, her commanding people, giving orders, directing people. And we even saw her there with the Cloud Knights as she gave them a rallying cry, and they answered back to her with a cheer. Like, instantly you're just like, oh my god, this is incredible. I was like over the moon, even getting to witness it. You know what I mean? I felt lucky, and like, I was getting chills. I was getting excited. I was cheering myself. Like, it was so freaking cool. Because I think it's one of those things where, we get to see the general do his stuff all the time, but I think the general is much more... Would you say he's not laid back in an extreme sense? He's laid back in a sense where, like, even when he's like about to fight, he shows up and goes like, well, I'm here. It's me, the general, and like, that's his personality. And that's cool too to see that perspective. But it's also cool to see like a general who like is like very like, fun to talk to, a great teacher, as we saw the way she's been teaching Yangxing, even with the stuff here in these scenes too, where she was kind of like saying to Yangxing, like, if you hesitate too much, you're going to lose everything. You have to like make a decision. That's a part of like, it's not just about swinging your sword. It's about like making those decisions. Just like you said earlier, it's about the idea of like, preparing for battle, eating your food, thinking about what they're preparing for your battle. But you also get to see her as like work mode, stiff, but like energetic and inspiring as a general. And it's so cool to see like the different ways that like maybe the general Jin Yuan kind of like, motivates his men versus the way the Feixiao might motivate the Cloud Knights too. And again, like I said, the people respected General Jin Yuan like as well, but I think they're very much different personalities. I think Jin Yuan will always show up with kind of like a little bit of a sly remark, and even though Feixiao is like good at comebacks too, but you know what I'm saying, I feel like Jin Yuan is like way more like laid back because he knows he has like that even if he is laid back, he knows that people are going to respect him. And I think with Feixiao as well, Feixiao like operates under the idea of like, like I've been through these battles, just like the General Jin Yuan has, but like again, it's much more serious approach, but they both work. They both work very well, and they both have respect of the people that they work with. I'm not saying the General Jin Yuan isn't serious, by the way, because he will help anyone in need, but I just think the personalities are different, and it's so cool to see them both on display, doing their job. It's really cool. Yeah, and then the scenes with her motivating Yangqing were so cool as well. Them kind of like declaring this kind of like, all these different things we're going to have to do. It really felt like things were like really building up. And even like we saw there as well, like the idea of like Hoolay was planning a massacre on all these people. We saw that he was able to like, and I didn't say it because obviously like, there's so much stuff to happen in this episode. We saw that he like isn't able to turn Foxians down to Boris and soldiers. So we have these guys roaming the entire field. And we see this even after the scene. Like there was a brutality there where they're ripping apart everybody. They're multiplying in numbers. And this is a power that Hoolay has now. So the urgency is 100% there. This is not something that's about to happen. This is something that is happening. And we saw that with this amazing cutscene as Feixiao runs in on the boat and like destroys these enemies. And then she shoots the arrow on top and aims all the way for O'Malley. Jesus freaking Christ. And I love that Yukagi even mentioned like, oh my God, like we're fighting together once again. But like they really showcased how powerful Feixiao is. And I think that was important. Because even though we had faith in Feixiao, I think that showcasing Feixiao and what she can do and how powerful she is a good thing, because we know she's about to go up against Hoolay in some way. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a head-to-head battle. I could be wrong about that, but like I think even if like it's one of those things where like she's coming face to face when she's going to be talking to him, we have to have faith in our character like Feixiao, and I think we got even more faith here by like seeing what she could do here, which is absolutely insane. Like it's absolutely insane what she can do here. They talked about, and even after that, like she did such insane things that Moktok, who called her a slave just a minute ago, was like, she's even more close to Loran than any of us are. Like, look what she could do. Like, unironically, it's like she is like more suited to be like a descendant of Duran from his perspective than any of the other Borison around here as well. But yeah, like they had the interaction. They killed Moktok. Let's just be honest here. Moktok died. Moktok died. He got what he wanted. He sacrificed himself. He thought that he sacrificed himself for the greater good. And I love that Mose said to him, it's like, it meant so much to me that Mose didn't do the thing where it's like, you died a warrior's death. Instead, he said, you think you're honorable, but your death is going to mean nothing in the end. You have no honor. Your death is just basically like another stepping stone. He said, you have no honor in your death. And I love he said this. And the reason I love he said this, as I said before, he doesn't deserve respect. He doesn't deserve this warrior's death. He doesn't deserve it. What they've done now is absolutely horrific. I'm glad that Mose like stuck to his guns and said F you. And it made me love those characters even more. It made me like really adore in these scenes. For all for different reasons, the new characters. Chun-Li because of how well good of a teacher she is to march. Jiaoqiu because of how defiant he was to Hoolay, but also his story and his journey, which is so incredible. Mose being so dedicated to like Feixiao and Jiaoqiu, and also like again his direct like spitting in the face of like all these Borison traditions that are absolute bullcrap. You know what I mean? This whole thing of like, like we have to devour, we have to eat and all this stuff. We have to eat other people. We have to gain our honor back. Spitting in the face of that. And then Feixiao also standing up to Hoolay. Like all these things, like already they had amazing characters and they're really cool to see them so far and like talk to them and hear them and get little tidbits about them. But I have like instant amount of like a 1,000,000% amount of like respect for these characters. Honestly, I do. But yeah, like it's heading towards something now where there's a challenge made where Hoolay says he's going to destroy everything in his path. Feixiao is heading towards him as well. I think a lot of stuff happened here. Basically, like I'm really at a stage where there's a lot of stuff already happening and there's a lot of stuff being built up to. And it's both equal parts terrifying and equal parts amazing. I think it's a great way to describe the story so far. Honestly. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting this series. I don't know how long this video is, but it's probably fairly long at this point. But I thank you all for coming along for this. It's been a great, to me, like I'd like an amazing time from a story perspective, but there's so much brutality in this. There's so much like things that made my skin crawl, like the stuff with like Jiaoqiu, like my skin was crawling, like even hearing him being tortured like this, the making fun of him, the laughing at him. But I love that he came back and told his story and kind of made a declaration for himself there as well. There's an uneasy feeling throughout all of this, but the story is so good. Like the way that they're building this up, the way that like there's a clear point that this could end at. I think it's all done so well. It really is. I'm really impressed. Thank you so much to Tyfire 2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Yule, Radish and Dusta, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, Hike Sperian, Jared Beanham, and the highest tier on my YouTube, Ward Gibba7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.